side of the seesaw and didn't like him again. But he makes football fun. He makes it entertaining. We'll talk about this with Brett Kennedy, who grew up rooting against Phillip Rivers in his division in the AFC West. But makes me think of guys like Deion as a Washington fan when Deion played for the Cowboys and even the Niners. And the Washington would beat him when he was on the Falcons. But I always hated Deion, but loved to watch him play, loved to root against him because he made it so fun. And I think Phillip Rivers is kind of one of those guys too.
I was always I wasn't a fan of Phillip Rivers, mainly because I didn't really watch that much of him. But whenever he played, the one thing that I always found entertaining is the guy could throw for yards and yards and yards and make incredible passes, and then just absolutely wet the bed when he really needed to win. And for whatever reason,
that's fun.
Yeah, I found that profoundly entertaining.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all I got on Phillip Rivers. He's not one of those quarterbacks where, I appreciate the fact that he put in 17 years, but I don't really have any love, won or lost, for him in any capacity. He's just not one of those quarterbacks that I'm sad to see go. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. I heard a supercut of Phillip Rivers today, and you know what it sounded like, Shirley?
Sound like Bryce Williams.
It did. Do you have that pulled up?
I do. Hold on one second. Let me pull it up here.
Wager, here's the Bryce Williams supercut last Wednesday while he was watching a game he was in against Florida last week. How many dangs has Bryce said today watching this game?
Yeah.
The dang counter.
Dang, John. Dang, I remember that. Man, gosh, dang gum, I remember that. Oh, crap. Probably should have had a dang spite. Dang. Dadgummit. Golly. Dadgummit, I can't hear nothing. Golly. Dang. That internal clock is just like, dang. Golly. Man. Gosh. Dang. Dadgum. Jeez. Dang.
What?
I remember that dang play. dang. That's the dang shame. Golly. I'd rather play in that stage and be the underdog every dang game.
Your daggums came in 6, but your dangs came in at 17.
The dang counter from Bryce Williams sounded a lot like Phillip Rivers' highlight reel, didn't it? A lot of dadgums and gollies.
Or Matt Kuchar. So I think Cooch and
is he one
Rivers,
of those guys?
Yeah, those guys just talk all the time, and it's a lot of dadgums and dangs.
Matt Kuchar, where'd he go to school?
Georgia Tech.
That is correct.
Well, I can honestly say that the dang, daggum, and golly counter will be in effect
today.
Coming up today.
All right,
so we will be counting for the full hour.
Counting.
So
the
I will have a more. I guess you could say more accurate count coming up at 5 o'clock. So that's part of the news today. Hurricanes games postponed until at least Saturday. That was announced by the NHL after 5 players were placed on the COVID protocol list. So,
Clip Rock, big sports guy, right?
Yeah.
ECU, Hurricanes, Hornets, all not playing due to COVID right now.
Sucks for you, dude.
It is it's bleak.
Yeah, it does not look good for you.
Although Fordham got me a big win.
We
were watching in the studio.
A couple of news and notes concerning ECU basketball. The American released some television games. The game coming up on Saturday that's Sunday with ECU in Memphis. That is going to be a 4 o'clock tip-off. That will be televised on ESPN2. And then the flip side of that, when ECU goes on the road to Memphis, coming up on February 6th, that will be a 2 o'clock tip-off, and that game will be televised either on ESPN2 or ESPNU.
Okay.
So
that is a potential live watch for us here at Pirate Radio, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Okay.
All right. Noted. And, of course, coming up on January 26th, SMU and Memphis, they tip off at 7 o'clock. And then, of course, SMU will host Memphis 2 days later. That's also a 7 o'clock tip-off. And now the chess pieces are starting to come out a little bit with this battle for Deshaun Watson. Because Matt Rule today for the Carolina Panthers hired Sean Ryan, who is the former quarterback coach for Deshaun Watson.
We read into everything that happens, but this one for Panthers fans probably kind of like put them over the top, like, oh, it's happening.
It's happening.
Although, Wager, he last coached Matt Stafford, right? He's been in Detroit, I believe.
I think you may be right there.
Yeah. So, and Matt Stafford could be moving to a new location, who I've been advocating Washington picking up Matt Stafford. So
Because I think he's a really good quarterback. He's just been playing for a terrible team for years.
put him with a playoff defense and see what happens.
Well, put him in the Colts for a year behind one of the best offensive lines in football, who now have a quarterback vacancy and keep them healthy.
You got a good point
That'd
there,
be
too.
a pretty interesting one there, too. But I don't know if the Colts would go one and done again. But, I mean, there's not a free agent out there to sign. They're going to have to make a trade if they go young.
The
So.
Colts should go Lincoln
Unless you go
Riley.
with Cam.
He's
I mean,
out there.
Cam's
I don't
out
know
there.
about that
I mean,
happening.
there's a couple of quarterbacks, quality quarterbacks that are going to be floating out there.
I wanted to, if we do have some time, Wager, we only have 2 games to talk about. We have some other topics, though.
FCS football.
I know, but still, that's not
Where
only...
does Hanky and Henny go? Hanky and Henny. It sounds like a South Park episode. but-
Hanky?
Mr. Hanky.
But he's your guy. I mean, he got a contract with that playoff game against Tampa, especially as bad as that defense made Breeze look last week.
Maybe Washington... I wanted to do like a quarterback carousel conversation with you, but maybe Washington should get all of those kinds of guys like Minshew, Heineke, and just...
Not Hanky.
Yeah.
I
just
just
throw them all
not
out.
my quarterback. I mean, the whole Deshaun Watson thing started because he posted a picture of him in an Atlanta Falcons jersey or
No, he did.
jacket. Yeah, he did. It was the Atlanta Falcons because he's from Gainesville, Georgia,
Right.
home of the Red Elephants. By the way, high school football. I know you know it. So he wants to go back home to Georgia.
You don't know that.
But he does.
How do you know?
I got.
You got a
people on the
source?
street. Yeah.
All right.
So Falcons just have to put a deal
People on the
together for him.
streets. All right, Shirley.
That concludes today's edition of Shirley's News Desk.
Okay. I was wondering if we were done with Shirley. Even if Shirley wasn't done, I think after our conversation, she was pretty much done. John Gilbert Watch. This comes from RockyTopInsider.com. Sounds pretty legit. I would take their word as gospel.
Yeah.
It says 9 candidates who could be Tennessee's next athletics director. The first name on the list is East Carolina AD John Gilbert. It talked about Gilbert. That's how I shorten his name. I don't have time to say John Gilbert. It talked about Gilbert's connections to Tennessee and the people at Tennessee with Rick Barnes. Some other names: UAB AD Mark Ingram. Now, that's not the running back or the old Dolphins receiver, is it? That's a different guy?
No, well, running back's free, though. He could do that job.
He is. Well, speaking of guys currently involved in the NFL, I did see a name on this list. Former Vol defensive back Charles Davis, who I like as an announcer, and I like his radio spots that he does as well. But he's on this list with a number of other names. So anyway...
You know what else is on that list, Clipper?
Who?
Rick Barnes is not a good person.
Glenn Griffin is trying to start the Rick Barnes is not a good person campaign. That is like your new thing.
I just don't like him.
Why don't you like him? Were you upset that he tried to fight Dean Smith in the
I mean, as
early
a
90s?
child, I was. But now, as a grown man, he's trying to take my AD. We finally got somebody good here at East Carolina. We got something going.
Rick Barnes.
And now Rick Barnes is sniffing around my athletic program, trying to steal my athletic director.
That's right.
I mean, I know it's Tennessee, but if you're staring at like McDonald's bags full of money probation coming up, how attractive is that job?
It depends on who the person is. If it's a young up-and-comer or somebody who's had a dream to work in the SEC or something, you'd take it regardless, right? But if it's somebody that is going to have other opportunities out there that can bide their time, maybe you look for a better situation.
That seems like a mess you're going to deal with for next 2 or 3 years.
Perhaps. Have they levied the fine, the punishment yet?
No, I think they'll have to.
By the way, we all understand that if Jeremy Pruitt was a winner, like they'd have figured out a way to sweep this under the rug.
Yeah.
Right? They pulled all this stuff out because they wanted to fire him and not have to pay him. So they had their investigators involved. They wanted to find all they could to get Pruitt out.
Yeah, there was a date coming up, right? Like for a bonus or some sort of
Yeah. So, all right. There's the John Gilbert update, and Rick Barnes not a good person according to Glenn Griffin. All right, Wager. I'll tell you what. Let's take a timeout. Let's reset. We'll come back. We will talk Chiefs, Bills, and Packers, Bucks. I'll tell you personally, I got something riding this weekend that I put in the night of the college football championship game.
Oh, a tease or parlay?
A little future action.
Oh, okay.
I think it was that night. It was a while back. We'll talk about that and more when we return on Pirate Radio Live with Wager McGhee. Back after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Happy New Year's from Brown & Wood. This month, get a 2020 Buick Enclave and save up to $6,250 or $4,000 plus 0% for 72 months. And remember, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Have you heard the news? American Airlines is back and has resumed service at Pitt Greenville Airport. Reservations are available now at aa.com. Whether you're flying for business or for pleasure, enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport to get you where you're going and then home again safely. For your next trip, remember, American Airlines is back at PGV. Book today at aa.com. Pitt Greenville Airport, where the Pirates fly.
Greenville Utilities customers will notice some big changes online. GUC has upgraded their website again to make it even easier for customers to view, understand, and manage their account. Customers can now schedule payments and securely save their bank account or debit and credit card information. They can also create custom alerts, set up automatic drafts, and enroll in budget billing all online. If you're not already managing your account online, now's a great time to do it. Check out the new system today at GUC.com.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owner's insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
How much does the word reliable mean? Sure, all businesses describe themselves as reliable, and we certainly wouldn't expect any business to be unreliable, but when you take a word like reliable and make it your way of life, the entire core of your business, it tends to mean a little more. And it's something you have to show people, not tell them. At Delcor, we show it by being there the same day you call. We show it by simply doing outstanding work with exceptional products, a family-oriented work ethic, and genuine caring for all of our neighbors throughout Eastern NC, because in a time of need, we know the first and the only thing you need is someone you can count on. That's why we only use equipment you can count on too, like a train comfort system. It's hard to stop a train. Delcor can have a new train comfort system installed in no time, or we can provide an AC tune-up to make sure your system is performing well. So will your system keep you cool all summer? Find out. Call us. We're Delcor, the service professionals, reliable for over 4 decades. Visit DelcorInc.com today.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
Pirate Radio.
Go Pirates! Go Pirates! Arr! Yeah.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Got damage? Damage from wood rot? Fixed. Damage from smoke or fire? Fixed. Damage caused by water? Fixed. If you've got damage, use a contractor that works for you and not your insurance company. Visit fixednc.com today or call 999-0001. That's 3 9s, 3 zeros, and a 1. Fixed NC, restore, renew, maintain. And Cliff, as we head back into the show, I do have one piece of news to pass along to you. Congratulations to former ECU great and NFL player Justin Hardy. He and growing up star Kiyomi Leslie announced that they are soon going to be parents.
All right, who here has heard? Is that a TV show?
I'm going to go with yes, because I honestly have never heard of that show.
Growing Up.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see. They celebrated their impending arrival. Hold on a second, because I have a pop-up ad. Get out of there. The impending arrival of her first child with footballer boyfriend with a baby shower in Atlanta.
So he could be, maybe
they're having a boy.
Is she on the path to like Real Housewives of Atlanta, maybe? And Justin Hardy could be on
she's on the show Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta.
There you go.
There you go.
So who's her dad then?
Oh,
or mom?
Hold on one second. I'm gonna see if I can find.
Let's find some info on this. What's the name, Shirley?
Her name is Kiyomi Leslie.
I don't know how to spell that.
K-I-Y-O.
She is a musical artist. Bow Wow's ex, Kiyomi Leslie.
Whoa!
So here we go. All right.
Now we're talking.
10 things you didn't know about Kiyomi Leslie. Should I read this? I don't know a lot of things about her. I mean,
educate us, Cliff.
There's 500 things I don't know about.
This show is educational. You're supposed to learn something new every day.
In a moment. LAH Atlanta isn't her first reality show.
Okay.
What is LHH? Jeez, I don't know.
LH. Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop.
She's been arrested. That's unfortunate. She and Bow Wow were charged with battery. She had a little.
Oh, I remember hearing about that a long time ago.
Her father is serving a life sentence.
Runs in the family. Okay, moving on.
Her brother is a professional bodyguard. Her brother, David Flav Best, who is bodyguard for NBA star John Wall.
No, that's a job right there.
Kiyomi isn't her real name. Interesting. She's working on new music. She sucks her thumb. She's not a big drinker. She's originally from Johnson County, North Carolina.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Now that would explain the kind of connection between her and Justin Hardy. They're both from North Carolina.
And she has at one place she used to be employed. She used to work at an establishment called the Men's Club of Raleigh.
No.
So, what do you mean, are you familiar? All right.
Driven by there.
10 things. Is that the one that...
I think so. Wait.
No,
that's the dollhouse,
the
isn't
dollhouse, correct.
Yeah.
So, all right, 10 things you didn't know.
You learn something new every day.
Maybe this could be a foot in the door for Justin to become a celeb. I don't know if he wants that lifestyle. He's a very laid-back dude. I don't know if he wants all the glitz and glamour.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right, interesting there. Also, Shirley, I failed to mention, I'm not going to throw everybody under the bus here, that ECU women's basketball plays today, correct?
Yeah, I believe that's the 7 o'clock tip-off.
And while Wager's here, it would be a perfect time to play our favorite game. How about this, Wager?
Oh,
and I did not find the line for last game. 2 times in a row, Chandler has hit the line for ECU women's basketball on the nose. And we'll see if he can make it 3 in a row. Let me pull up the line here. This is ECU at 3-5 Tulsa. ECU at 3-5 Tulsa. I got to find the...
This is why I don't put any money on anything, because I suck at this game.
Well, this is not really picking the game. This is just guessing the line, which Shirley has been off.
Yes, I suck at this game. That's why
no line. I'll check it later in the show.
Boo, hiss.
I don't have... Sorry, Chandler. Well, you could just tell us what it's going to be. You've nailed the last 2. What do you think it's going to be? ECU on the road at Tulsa.
What's ECU's record? Isn't ECU on a losing streak?
5-7. They've lost 4 in a row.
I'm going to go Tulsa. I'm going to go Tulsa. Man, this is tough.
Why?
I'm trying to perfect myself. I can't. There's no way that I can make it 3 in a row.
Tulsa's coming off an 11-point loss to Tulane. Before that, they lost by 25 to Houston. Before that, they beat Memphis. They've lost 2 in a row.
I'm going to go Tulsa 4.5.
All right, you're in. Let's. I'll keep updating and see if we have a line. All right, Wager, we're out of time. Thanks for hanging out today. All right, we'll start with. First of all, I'll say I went 2-2 last weekend. I had the Packers, which was a W. That night, I had the Ravens. And then on Sunday, I had the Brownies. And then I doubled down on the Saints and came out a loser. So how'd you do over the weekend?
That's about what I had as well. So I think we talked about it. So like we're trying to mix the dogs. The Browns' favorite dog, I guess. Ravens were my favorite pick the entire time. And I mean, the best field goal kicker ever doesn't miss 2 early field goals. I still think they win that game because they're not having to force as much, and maybe the 101-yard interception return doesn't happen. So,
and the Bills didn't do anything after that pick six.
No. So I mean, Tucker's 2 misses early were huge. Again, the interception return, I don't think it doesn't matter that much. I think they can control the game with the run. But anyway, it is what it is. So, but yeah, okay, totals got me, of course. So I started playing with the 3-1 theory and thinking that, I just thought that, there would be some higher scoring games there. And there wasn't. So that it's always bad when there's not a lot of overs for me, as you know.
Yeah, I did. I told you the previous Sunday night where you were like, there's got to be one over. Just keep live betting the over in Pittsburgh, Cleveland. And that helped me out.
That one. So. Yeah, that was a gift from God right there.
So that
game was good.
All right, so this week we'll start with Green Bay and Tampa Bay. Packers are -3, what I'm looking at -120. Bucks +3 at even right now. So Wager, after the national championship game, I had some money in my account, feeling pretty good about myself. Good. And I was like, all right, I'm going to throw a pretty sizable bet on the Packers to go to the Super Bowl at plus money. And so I've got them right now, basically money line at plus money for a pretty good bet. Should I go like Bucks +3.5 and try to double up and ensure myself I win something? Should I stick with it? What would you do in a situation like that?
Well, the problem with the 3.5 is I think they're gone. So that's the one move I made on Sunday when the lines came out.
You buy a half point.
You can, yeah, if you want to, yeah. But just of the line right now is 3. It was 120. I think it's even moving down a little bit closer to 115 or just regular odds. I jumped on Tampa +3.5 as soon as the lines came out. I like Tampa in the spot. There was a lot of things I tried to find. I tried to force myself to like Green Bay, and through that thing started kind of finding that I like Tampa a whole lot more. So you just start with this. And when I looked at the games overall, you could argue, because they both played in the regular season, right? So Green Bay played Tampa and Kansas City played Buffalo in a weird deal for them on that Monday 5 p.m. game.
Look ahead of this.
Oh, it was after the look-ahead lock of the year that we'll never forget, obviously. The Titans winning, 46-13.
That was the game they were looking ahead to. The Bills were looking ahead to the Chiefs.
Ahead to the Chiefs. But it was supposed to be on Thursday night, and it got moved back because COVID, because that game I don't think happened until Tuesday or Wednesday, right? The Bills, Titans.
Anyway.
But you argue that all 4 Mahomes had an okay game. The other 3 quarterbacks arguably had their worst games of the year. Without a doubt, Rodgers had his worst game of the year. So he was.
You got to remember, Rodgers scored early in that game. Started doing the pelvic thrust.
He did the double pump,
which
Yeah,
it
went from 10-0 to ending up 38-10. So
my daughter drops out of school. That's why she saw that happen on TV, and it ruined her whole life.
But he was 16 of 35 for 160 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So it was as low in yards. Only game he had all year long without a touchdown.
Bucks defense won the day.
Shut him down.
Yeah.
Because then Brady, it was his season low in yards too. He was only 17 of 27 for 166 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Bucks defense that day completely took away anything deep which has been a problem that Green Bay haven't really had a whole lot of big long shots. They did last week to Lazard. But I think the Rams defense knew they had to take some chances and push things because their offense wasn't going to win the game last week. The defense was going to have to win that game.
Was Jones healthy that week? Let me look at did they run?
They weren't able to run the ball at all in that game. So, but their
leading rusher Jamal Williams 4 for 34. So
yeah,
maybe I guess
so. Jones may not play. The corners were right on top of Rodgers, and that was Devon. White had a huge game that day anyway.
And Jones had 10 carries for 15 yards. He did play.
He did play.
Shut him down. Yeah.
So we talk about during the regular season all the time, like, Aaron Rodgers off a loss, right? If he loses a game straight up the next week, just automatic, just bet him. So I kind of started thinking, well, in-season revenge of a team, it's had to come up some because they randomly will lose to the Lions. They lost to the Vikings this year, but on the second game. So they lose games in season sometimes. Last time it happened, though, in-season revenge opportunity was last year in the NFC Championship game against the 49ers because they had lost in the regular season to them 37-8 in the regular season last year, and then went out to San Francisco and got completely dominated again. So Green Bay wasn't able to adjust anything last year. The previous time before that, when he was in the NFC Championship game, was the same spot against Atlanta. They had lost in the regular season to Atlanta. They went to Atlanta in the NFC Championship game on Atlanta's march to the Super Bowl championship that year, as we all remember. And they lost that game 44-21. So the last two championship games, the same spot for Rodgers, in-season revenge, and he had a bad game in the regular season, and he's lost by 17, and last year was trash touchdowns late. They were down 27-0, never in that game. And then they lost by 24 to the Falcons, or 23 to the Falcons. Tampa Bay's the better defense. I think they're playing better. They're 7-0 straight up on the road right now. They already revenged the two losses to the Saints last week. And we always, another rule always, I think, with Breeze or Rivers off not Rivers, sorry, we're talking about Rodgers off a loss. Another thing was always Brady as a dog, right? Brady's the dog, you get him. He's 3-0 against the spread as a dog if you knock out week one when the first game with the team without a preseason game. He's 3-0 against the spread, 2-1 straight up. Only the Chiefs lost when they backdoored the 3.5 there. And I think in the playoffs, you look at those times, probably very little. Maybe last time was AFC Championship game 2 years ago at Kansas City that they won. That year in the Super Bowl, they were a slight dog to the Rams that year as the Super Bowl and won that one. I don't know. Maybe some of the Peyton Manning teams, they were a dog. All the way back to the Rams Super Bowl that year, they were a dog. Postseason dog spot for Brady even seems better than regular season. And a chance to be the first team ever to play at home in a Super Bowl game. I love the 3.5. I think they can win straight up just because the way the defense played them. And Rodgers in this spot, they haven't really adjusted and had a huge bounce back the second time. It seems like teams that play him well can play him well the second time. So,
all right. Well, I will probably be putting a little bit on Bucks 3.5 and try to double
tease it.
Or I could tease it up to whatever 6.
I mean, if you can, I'm probably wrong. So I mean, it's not like it's. I mean, I hopefully it falls on 3. If it falls with Rodgers 3, I just like Tampa Bay plus 3.5 of the 2. I think everybody assumed from as soon as the game was over, Mahomes is going to play. So Chiefs minus 3. But go ahead. We're transition to that game.
Whereas we do, Chiefs minus 3 is a great number, right?
It is.
All right. I mean, it's almost too good of a number.
It seems like it. I mean, you look at that game too. I mean, that was a weird game, but that game was completely dominated by the Chiefs. Now, they ended up having a little bit of extra time because the Bills were off that Titans game midweek and then had to play a weird Monday early game, and the Chiefs got an extra day rest. And I think the Chiefs may have been off a loss, right? I think they may have lost to the Raiders at home that week before. But they outgained the Buffalo in that game 466-206. That, again, was also for Allen, his season low in yards, second lowest in attempts, but the Chiefs just ran the ball. Clyde Edwards had 166 something yards, 36 carries or something. So Mahomes,
let's show a little respect for these guys that go out there and work hard. Wager
what with
Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
Yeah, however you say his name.
Okay.
I'm stumbling over my words because I'm rushed now because
we got plenty of time.
We reviewed Love and Hip Hop Atlanta for 40 minutes. So.
I found 10 more things we need to know.
Okay. But Mahomes in that game they didn't throw it a lot. Well, it was really, really efficient. 21 of 26, 225 yards, and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And I don't think he was sacked in that game. So
let's talk about what we've seen recently. Like,
correct.
If you're looking for a reason to take the Chiefs, you could say the Bills have been a tad shaky in their 2 playoff games. Fair to say?
And then this Bills team, you got to lump in last year's wild card game too at Texans when they got up 13-0 or 16-0 and lost in overtime 22-19. The offense was a little bit shaky against the Colts. It was very shaky against the Ravens, and they couldn't do anything last year in the wild card on the road. Their only road game with this coaching staff and Allen and kind of the team. No Stephon Diggs and everything, but yeah, they're 1-2 against the spread, I guess, and 2-1 straight up. They've got nothing to lose in this game because they're not expected to win, especially if Mahomes plays. And it's kind of like they're there a year or 2 years early, I think, in Allen's maturation, the team and everything. But I mean, trend-wise, Kansas City's 0-8-1 against the spread the last 9, and Buffalo's 9-1 against the spread. I think you naturally look at it and be like, well, I'm taking the points, both sides. But
the Chiefs have won all those games except the one week 17 where they didn't play.
Yeah, where they didn't play their starters.
So, and they haven't been a 3-point favorite in those games. They've usually been favored by like 6, 7, 8, 9,
Anytime, and I know we've talked about it a couple of times because we look back when the Ravens game and I think even Tampa Bay game when they were 3.5, and we're like, why do we kick ourselves after the fact when Kansas City is a 3 or 4 point favorite? Just automatically take it. It's like they're Alabama like in that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ride with this because I think preseason we talked about it, and I was like, I'm excited about the NFL season, but we're playing this season out to see who finishes second. So because I thought Kansas City would come back with all the pieces they had and adding the running back.
To be fair, you say that all the time about every sport. Like, we're seeing who's going to finish second to Clemson. We see who's going to finish second to... And sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong.
Hey,
you were right in college football, I guess, with Bama.
Yeah, Bama. I we'll see on this one. It's I think it's pretty clear now. They've been lobbying for Mahomes all right away, but he passed a whole bunch of concussion protocol stuff on Monday right away. And then now, even today, I saw that he didn't really have a concussion. He could come back and play. He kind of pinched a nerve, and that made him groggy. Right. So there's no doubt he's going to play. I don't know. I mean, if this game opens up after that bad offensive performance by the Ravens, if Mahomes finishes that game, they score some more points than what they did. Maybe the offense looks a little bit better late with him in the game. What is the line? I think it's 3.5 or 4 or 4.5.
It's more than 3, definitely.
I can't remember the regular season. When they covered that game, they won by 9.
I remember betting on the Bills that game.
Yeah, it's one of the last games that Kansas City actually covered. I mean, they won they won 26-17, and I think that number was like 4.5 or 5 or 5.5. It is bad weather, and we didn't talk about that. This is going to be rain, cold, windy. Green Bay is going to be snow, probably a couple inches, 2-3 inches during the day. Snow, cold, wind. So the weather is definitely factoring into both of these games. One snow and one rain. So.
All right, a couple of news and notes. Pirate Radio just put these out on our social media account. First of all, we had the 10 things you didn't know about that female a moment ago. There's 5 things to know about Tennessee Athletics Director candidate John Gilbert. Should I click on that and read those?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll do it later. And also, Pete Thamel reporting that Louisville is expected to hire ECU running backs coach Darrell Sims as the school's new running backs coach. So that would mean that Mike Houston and the football team would have to make another hire. It will be their second of the offseason. So looks like Darrell Sims could be on his way to the city that Papa John built in Louisville. All right, you didn't mention anything about the totals, which shocked me in these games. Wager 51 for Bucks Packers, 54 for Bills Chiefs.
I've got some numbers for you there. So the last 3 Green Bay games have all gone over. The last 8 January games for Green Bay, which you assume is going to be a lot of home games with bad weather, have all gone over. The first game 38-10, and Rodgers really didn't do anything for 3 quarters after that.
I get nervous when they get up and just fall asleep in the second half. I don't think that'll be the case this game.
I don't think it's going to be the case. I look at like last year's NFC Championship game. I had the over in that game and was very concerned about it, but then Rodgers picked up some trash in the fourth quarter. I could see that happening again here. Both teams are going to have to throw it. And the snow and wind and everything else, I think a lot of times you'll be like, oh, Tampa Bay, I'm a little bit concerned about them. But how many playoff games has Tom Brady won like this?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know he's got to have guys that can catch it, but he's got Gronk. They can depend on Fournette. We didn't talk about
Fournette and Ronald Jones look great right now.
Yeah. Well, a big addition. Anybody that's really cares about watching practice reports and looking at it, tomorrow will be a big day for Tampa Bay because they activated their defensive tackle. However you say his name.
We'll just say Warren.
Vita Vea.
We'll say Warren Sapp.
It's Vita Vea.
Okay.
You can say that, though. And remember, I think early on, as we were talking about Tampa, we're like number one against the run. A lot of that was early in the year when he was in there. He's a big guy right in the middle of the line, and the Green Bay Packer offensive line in the middle is their strength. But I think Veda, if he plays, is going to be able to clog that up a little bit, keep bodies off the linebackers for blocks, free up the defensive ends. It's a huge addition that they thought was going to be out for the entire year because he broke his ankle in October. And they may not act. He was activated. He can practice today. So if he practices, he may not play. He may wait for Super Bowl. But if he plays, that's a huge defensive add for Tampa that's going to go to help kind of stop the run game for Green Bay there in the middle of the line.
So you're back on saying take the Bucs. What about the total, though? You're going over?
I think he's not. They're not going to be able to run the ball. Is what I'm saying. If that happens and they fall behind, so they're going to have to throw it. Now, he wasn't really successful throwing the ball in Tampa in the first game, but he's going to have to stick to that. So I like it. I like the over there. I kind of lean both of them because I think there's a little bit of value with Kansas City too, as efficient as Mahomes was, and their two championship games, the last two, as we know, lost in overtime to New England, but I think it was 37-31, so it was 31-31, and then last year they beat Tennessee 35-24. I think you could play a little possum, I guess, and think that, Mahomes banged up, concussion or pinched nerve, maybe they come out and run the ball because they really ran the ball against Buffalo in that first game, that I think Reed may flip it here and really throw early because Buffalo may expect them to run the ball because they were so successful, and that's what Leslie Frazier, defense coordinator, who's now getting some head coaching love, may adjust a little bit, set up to stop the run. So I would think that Kansas City, could be wrong, Kansas City will really come out and be aggressive and throw it early on. But I'm also going to look for some props with if Mahomes is a little still. Yeah, again, I think he'll play if he's
Do
playing.
you have multiple props to talk about?
No, I think I was just going to look at the wide receivers runs with Hardeman and Hill for this game for the Chiefs.
Running the ball?
Yes.
The wide receivers running the ball.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar. I'm having deja vu here. Is that one of your go-tos in the past?
Well, I think with the Chiefs and the way that they can open it up and run the ball a little bit more too, and just add some variety and stretch the Bills out. And again, if they're playing up close to the line in the box a little bit more, is trying to stop Clyde Edwards. That they can get outside a little bit more. The more they can stretch them out, loosen them up a little bit, it'll open up the seams for Kelsey and some of the other guys right up the middle, I think, on the passing game.
All right, so no surprise.
I'm chalky. Yeah, I'm chalky.
Wager's going over.
Chalk over. Yeah, I'm just going to do a tease, just tease and parlay why not? Last chance to get in that before we get to FCS football. So, and Super Bowl, I'm holding on to probably is a rip ticket, but early in the season, I thought that the AFC was just completely dominant.
Yeah,
I didn't see the Tampa Bay getting home field advantage actually in Super Bowl potentially, or Aaron Rodgers.
No, what's your AFC?
I have an AFC -3 in the Super Bowl already, so I'm really kind of hoping Kansas City, because if not, then I'm completely out of it, because Bills will be a dog to either one of those teams.
And the Chiefs, if Mahomes is right, will be a 3-point favorite over the Packers and Bucs, right? What is the early look ahead line?
I think that's the number. So it's anywhere from 2 to 3 there, 1.5 to 3. And a lot of that will depend on how everybody looks. There's a look ahead number out there, but how everybody looks and how healthy they get out of this game too.
All right, let's take another break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up the hour with Wager McGhee. He has some FCS news and notes. There is some potential spring football. I mean, it's scheduled to happen, I guess.
Yeah.
but we've seen a lot of teams opt out. I'm not so certain it will happen, but we'll talk some FCS and look around, see what else is going on in the world of sports from a gambling perspective with Wager McGhee after this.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
Pirate fans always win big at Quality Equipment, and now you can win even bigger during their Green Wave clearance. Catch the wave of clearance savings done right on John Deere compact tractors, Gator utility vehicles, riding mowers, commercial mowers, and even mower attachments. Quantities are limited and everything is priced to move, so don't wait. Quality Equipment wants you to get the John Deere that will help you dominate your home turf. Check out the latest Green Wave clearance savings at qualityequip.com/greenwave.
At Tiebreakers, we admit we have a bit of a problem. People love our wings so much that they're starting to sell their home TVs just so they can watch all the sporting events here at Tiebreakers. Seriously, we're glad you love our hand-breaded, hand-cut boneless wings that much, but we really need you to go home at the end of the night. It's okay, we'll be here tomorrow. And when you come back, bring a friend with you. For great food, great friends, and cold beer, we'll see you at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers, break the chain, eat local.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar and Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
North Carolina state parks are now open for visitors. Parks should be used for exercise, fresh air, getting out in nature, or a day trip as the state safely reopens. Visitors should enjoy themselves, but please remember the 3 W's. Wear face coverings, wait 6 feet apart, and wash your hands often. Focus on moving through the park, keep social distancing in mind, and avoid large groups. While most facilities and activities will be open, please contact any state park before your visit with questions or visit ncparks.gov/open.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Otavola Market Cafe. Otavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Otavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Otavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Otavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Otavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OtavolaMarket.com. Otavola, pirates supporting pirates.
This is Stephen Igo, publisher of HoistTheColors.net. Recruiting is the lifeblood of any college sports program, and no one devotes more coverage to the future of ECU athletics than Hoist the Colors. Want to know who's going to be the next Holton Ahlers or Jaden Gardner? We've got all the inside scoop on the Pirates' most talented recruits and top targets 24/7. Sign up now and get your first month of coverage for a single $1. HoistTheColors.net, the most reliable reporting on ECU athletics.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, offensive line coach for East Carolina University football. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Have you heard the news? American Airlines is back and has resumed service to Pitt Greenville Airport. Reservations are available now at AA.com. Whether you're flying for business or for pleasure, enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. to get you where you're going and then back home again safely for your next trip. Remember, American Airlines is back at PGV. Book today at AA.com. PGV, where the pirates fly. Now let's head back to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with Wager McGhee for a few more minutes to wrap up hour one. And Wager, I don't know what you do in your mysterious life during the evenings, but while you're riding around or at home tonight at 6 o'clock, make sure you tune in to Pirate Radio to hear a special edition of the Pirate Radio podcast. It'll be Ellerby, Eddie Losner, head coach out of Farmville Central, talking to Eric LeGrand, former Rutgers player, who, of course, was paralyzed after an attempted tackle on the field, and just such an inspirational story. And he tells this story and talks about what he's up to today. So that's coming up at 6 after this show. Little Eric LeGrand.
Yeah,
check it out.
I may have to check out Love and Hip Hop Atlanta now since you've talked.
Well, we got to watch that too
today. So,
yeah, we got a lot to check out.
We do.
All right, we have a chance to have a pretty cool into winter / spring when it comes to football, because the FCS is scheduled to play some games. Here are some bullet points I just saw, Wager, regarding the FCS season, and you can talk about the teams and everything you like. Big Sky Conference, 6-game conference-only schedule beginning February 27th. Big South Conference, 4-game conference schedule beginning March 13th, ending April 10th, with up to 4 non-conference games. CAA, 6-game conference schedule beginning March the 6th, ending April 17th. Independence, new FCS members Tarleton
State
and Dixie State have announced 8 games and 6 games, respectively. Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, MEAC action. Revised 4-game divisional schedule beginning February 20th. Missouri Valley, 8-game conference-only schedule. Northeast Conference, 4-game conference schedule. Non-conference games allowed prior to the conference schedule. Ohio Valley, 7-game conference schedule. Patriot League, 4-game conference schedule beginning March 13th. Georgetown will not be playing. Pioneer Football League, 6-game conference schedule. SoCon, 8-game conference schedule beginning February 20th. Southland, 6-game conference schedule beginning the 20th of February. And Southwest Athletic Conference, SWAC, February 26th. They will begin a 6-game conference schedule. Now they'll have the playoffs. Pairings will be announced. What is April 18th? What is
what's Sunday?
Selection Sunday.
Yep.
Wager April 18th. Thank you, Jim. And 4 rounds of games will begin the following weekend, continue through the championship over May 14th to 16th. So there's a lot of schools. According to this article, it says 105 out of 127 schools are expected to be participating. What are you looking forward to, if anything, with FCS season coming up?
Oh, just an opportunity to bet on students.
And what students are we going to be betting on?
And by the way, I wonder if that's Masters Sunday, April 18th. So we end the Masters then with selection FCS. So and when is that all tournament for the NCAA thing? But they're playing
Masters Sunday, April 11th. So look, it just rolls right into Gumbel and the crew on CBS for Selection Sunday.
And then I saw the NCAA announcement of that. They first round on Thursday, or that play in, and Friday, Saturday, and then we've got Sunday Monday games for the tournament this year, all in Indy. So anyway, it'll be interesting. I was reading some of it today, knowing we would talk about it. I think 20 teams have opted out. They're gonna condense it a little bit. The playoffs normally for FCS, people don't know, are 24 teams. It's only going to be 16. So there's 11 conferences to get automatic bids. MEAC gets one this year. They normally don't. And then 5 at large. So it'll be 16 teams, 3 rounds. And then they're going to finish off with the championship game in Frisco on May 16th. Probably about the same time if college baseball stays on schedule, about the same time that college World Series starts, middle of May, I would think. So it's going to be a lot of stuff going on there.
I'm trying not to get excited, but potentially this could be really cool.
It will be. I mean, it's I guess the FBS will be having spring football at the same time, so we're gonna have spring football and then this going on. As we were talking about, some of the teams played a
College World Series is June, end of June.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. So this will probably, the 16th is probably the weekend before Memorial Day weekend. So,
all right, stop trying to project what else is going on. Let's focus on the FCS.
It's Alabama. You just pick North Dakota State. I mean, Trey Lance isn't going to play. He opted out. He played that one game against Central Arkansas.
Trey Lance will already be, when's the draft? Oh, now I'm the one doing it.
April. Like third week of April.
So he'll already be on another team by the time, when his team's playing football.
Yeah. Probably the weekend after Selection Sunday is the next week. Is when draft is. They had an offensive tackle and
everything's
a line
happening at the same time.
It's too much. Offensive tackle and a linebacker also on that North Dakota State team that are projected to be in the top 3 rounds of the NFL draft, but it just doesn't matter. They got 6 defensive starters back. We were talking about they got an Iowa State quarterback and a Virginia Tech quarterback that both transferred in. Their wide receivers and running backs are both back. Now South Dakota State, the Jackies, as we like to call them, Jackrabbits.
As who you?
Oh, I love the Jackies.
Okay,
you gotta say Jackies.
All right,
you can't say you got to shorten Jackrabbits.
Okay, Jackies.
Just like you would Gilbert.
Gotta say Jack A's.
You could Jack A's.
Yeah, Jack A's.
Now the poll I saw, too early preseason poll that was South Dakota State is expected to be number 3. They were preseason number 3. North Dakota State's number 1. They're both in the same conference, just like Montana and Montana State are both. I think Montana is 4. Montana State was 6. Weber State. We got to get used to all these names. Weber State's out there on the island is number 2 team, maybe a little bit exciting, throwing the ball around. James Madison maybe a little bit down because they lost Ben DiNucci with the Cowboys. Yeah, they got to replace him. Villanova number 7. I think our Coastal Carolina team of the year for FCS is Kennesaw State, the Owls. I think we need to be on board with Kennesaw State.
All right.
And people feel like they kind of got in last year to the playoffs. They weren't supposed to be in there. And then they won the first round game. So they got in with a debatable resume is what I was seeing. They went to Wofford and won, traditional SoCon powers, And then they went...
the Terrys.
Then there are no Blue Hoses or Presbyterian. The nicknames, too, in the FCS are a lot better.
They're fun, yeah.
Yeah. And then they lost. They played a really good Weber State team in the next round and barely lost that game. So I saw their schedule. It looks really, really easy. So everybody's projecting them to be 6-0. They're just going to score 50 points every single game. So, again, Kennesaw State is our Alabama. Bet them across the board. Team total, side, everything. First half. Second half game, total. I mean, they're gonna throw it around. They did last year. They had a quarterback that kind of came in late through some injuries. Dual threat. He ran for 206 yards and threw for 3 touchdowns in the Wofford game, and then he ran for 116 against a really good Weber State team again, which is kind of preseason right there with North Dakota State.
This is like a bit wager, seriously diving and breaking down Kennesaw State football.
I mean, it's either this or we're still going to talk NASCAR, but it gives us something else to talk about.
We're a month away, but wager, if you'll keep joining us, we will have this and NASCAR and more to talk about here down the road.
We will.
So that's exciting. Okay, what else you got?
Well, no, it's for a local pick. North Carolina A&T. You could adopt. I mean, they are eligible, and then they moved to the Big South next year, and they were number 10 in this poll. So I think because Bethune-Cookman and FAMU opted out, so everybody's just kind of giving them a pass. So they're easily going to win the MEAC. So I don't know, North Carolina A&T. If somebody wants to adopt a North Carolina team, it's just like English soccer. You have to.
You got to pick a squad.
With Swansea.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to pick a squad. So jump on your Northern Iowa or your Weber State bandwagon. Check TV times and make it easy. I kind of like the Grizz. I've always been a Montana Grizzly fan.
Swans, by the way, second in the championship standings. If it all ended today, they'd bump up to the Premier League. So.
I like that Brentford team. That Brentford team's kind of...
they're right behind them.
Yeah, they're cheeky.
All right, circling back one final time. Wager already is in on the Bucks plus 3.5. You'll probably sprinkle by kickoff, right?
Yeah, I'll definitely sprinkle.
Do a little money line sprinkle. He's going to take the over in that one, and that Chiefs minus 3 again. It's
Mahomes.
It's too juicy to be real, but it is real. We're going to take Chiefs minus 3, and you're going to go over on that as well.
Maybe because here's the thing. Isn't there a little bit of an intangible? I know guys, when they love their coach, don't want to lose them. But don't you think Mahomes' offense could play a little bit harder for Bieniemy to try to get him a job? They don't want to lose him, but
no,
there's still 2 jobs out there.
I don't think they care. I mean, they like
I think
Bieniemy.
they do. I think they would love to
when
make
Pat
him look
Mahomes
good.
is dropping back to pass, and there's guys coming after him. He's not thinking about Eric Bieniemy.
You don't know that.
You're right about that. I do not know what he's thinking. I should have said, in my opinion, he's not thinking about Eric Bieniemy.
I think they're going to win one. They're going to win an exciting one for the Bieniemy.
Sleeping with the Bieniemy.
Yep.
All right. Good stuff, Wager.
Yeah, enjoyed it.
We did it.
I learned a lot today.
Now, when is the Super Bowl? This might be a dumb question.
2 weeks after this Sunday.
So there is the week off.
First weekend in February.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. They got to do the Pro Bowl game, right?
We're going to break that down next week?
No.
All right. We'll find something to talk about down the line with Wager. We'll have a big prop show, I guess, coming up in a couple weeks, right?
Sunday, February 6th. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm already on the tails, right? I think it was tails for the Alabama Ohio State,
I forgot about that. So we're going to bet on the coin toss?
That coin's always, it's a little heavier on that tail side. I don't know what it is about it.
That's your...
although we're on a heads run. I think the last 6 years Super Bowl has been heads.
Okay. I expect you to have a complete write-up on should we go heads or tails for the Super Bowl.
You got to see how the day's going to start. You got to start it with that. That in the first commercial.
All right. Thanks, Wager.
Yeah,
enjoyed it, man. We will take a time out, come back. When we return, we will talk to WCTI 12's Brett Kennedy. He'll join us on the Fixed NC Live Line. We'll talk about what's going on there locally. Talk about his Kansas City Chiefs as well. That's on the way when we return after this.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Blake Hardigree with ECU Baseball. I want to invite you to join our team on Saturday, February 13th virtually for our 2021 Pirate Baseball Banquet. Our keynote speakers are former ECU players Alec Burleson and Bryant Packard. We will have an auction through the Handbid app starting at noon on Saturday, February 6th and closing on Saturday, February 13th at 6 p.m. All proceeds from the banquet will go directly to ECU Baseball. Check ECU Baseball social media for the links and get your tickets today. We look forward to having you. Go Pirates!
Find yourself working from home or at least spending more time there? Want some remodeling for your house or a fresh look? How about a new deck or screened-in porch to add livable space outside? Don't know who to call? Well, you do now. Call the professionals at R&R Remodeling. They've been serving the local community for 15 years. Ronnie and his crew can help you today. Call for a free quote, 252-286-4119, or visit R&R Remodeling on Facebook. R&R Remodeling, construction you can count on.
Medicare is not one size fits all, but which plan is right for you? Hi, I'm Denise Walker, and I'm a licensed insurance agent here in North Carolina. Whether you are turning 65, new to Medicare, or already have a plan, I can help you compare your Medicare options. I can help you find a plan offering low to no monthly premiums, prescription drug coverage, and a wide range of additional benefits like dental, hearing, vision, and more. Call me today at 434-531-5674 to get a no-cost, no-obligation Medicare benefits review.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for only $2.50. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $9.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Let us help you get back to business.
This is Donald Stocks
and Justin Judge of PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
We're ready to assist your business with branded PPE. Would you like face masks with your logo? We can do that. Plus custom social distancing signage.
Now is the time to ramp up your marketing efforts. Whether it's cutting edge, contactless, touchless marketing, or traditional direct mail, we can do it all.
We are PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Billy Parker from Parker's Barbecue. I am so excited to announce a brand new menu item now available at all Parker's locations. Come in for our delicious new boneless wings. Our wings are fresh, hand-cut, right there in the store. Never frozen, and our wings are big. Try them tossed in one of our signature sauces, sweet red barbecue sauce or barbecue honey mustard. Get a boneless wing bag for less than $5. That includes 6 boneless wings with hush puppies and corn sticks. Parker's Barbecue, a homemade tradition for over 50 years.
PR927FM.com is the Pirate Nation's home to stream Pirate Radio live or archived anytime.
Jay, I can't believe you didn't say anything about the pop-up videos.
Oh.
I'm trying to get one to pop up now.
Hell, I already get so damn mad at the ads on TV. I got to see them on my computer too. And they're the worst on that hoist the cup. Look at that right there. That's just insane.
For the record, Clip had to turn his volume up and then turn the volume on the ad up.
PR927FM.com, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Select Bank and Trust. Banking is banking until the service is not the same. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? Try Select Bank and Trust. Bank local. Bank select. SelectBank.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The best investment you can make is in yourself. Get educated and make prudent decisions about your financial future. Contact David Dom at Carolina Wealth Management today at 439-1344 for a free consultation. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, welcome back to Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. Other stuff going on in the world, you may have noticed. I like to turn everything into a sports trivia question. Sports trivia at AJ's tonight, by the way, 7:30 start time. Going to be a lot of fun. If you know the answer, Shirley, don't say the answer.
Okay.
Do you know where Joe Biden went to school? Okay, that's a no. Is that a no? Don't guess. Just yes
school
or no.
As in like college?
Yeah.
No, I do not.
Chandler,
I have a guess, but I do not.
All right. Well, I'll throw it out, and here's my hint, and see if you can name it. They won the 2003 NCAA National Championship, led by a one-and-done impact freshman, this school. Name that school. A lot of silence going on, a lot of thinking.
2003?
NCAA basketball championship, led by one-and-done impact freshman.
Can we guess?
Yeah.
2003.
Maybe we should bring on our next
one and
guest.
done freshman. I'm thinking freshman. I'm throwing it.
A freshman.
It ain't Duke, so
Duke won in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
They did not win in 2021 because they stink. I watched them last night.
Oh, they're awful.
All right, let's get.
I give up. I have no idea.
No?
Well,
Taylor,
I'll take a guess, but I'm going to go with. Oh, it wasn't Butler.
Butler has not won. They've
not won one. They've
Butler
been to
was
one.
in back-to-back championship games and lost them. We really got to move
I don't
along.
know. Okay, yeah. Sorry. That irritates me because I'm like, I can throw one out pretty quick, and sometimes I get it right, and sometimes I don't. But this one stumped me.
All right. Brett Kennedy, WCTI 12, joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. Brett, how you doing today?
I'm good, Clip. Don't ask me that question because I cheated and looked it up online.
Okay. The player is Carmelo Anthony. The school is Syracuse.
Syracuse.
Yes.
Daggone it.
The orange. So there you go.
I wouldn't have guessed that one.
All right. Little sports trivia to get us going here on a Wednesday. Brett, you doing good, man?
I'm doing all right, Clip. Like you said, it's a big day. The inauguration going on today. Phillip Rivers announced his retirement.
Yeah.
So a lot going on today.
Let's start there. We'll kind of start with some news topics, and then we'll get into your Chiefs. How did you look at Phillip Rivers during his career? Because you grew up rooting against him because he was in your division in the AFC West, right? So, Phillip Rivers, as a Chiefs fan, what's your take on Phillip Rivers' retirement?
I mean, I respected the guy. You hated the guy because he was a constant. He was always bickering with the other teams, and he would always just kill the Chiefs on final drives. I've only seen Phillip Rivers once in person. It was in 2013 in Arrowhead. The Chiefs are up 38-34 with 30 seconds left. It's 2nd and 15, and Phillip Rivers from the Chiefs' 35-yard line throws an absolute dime to, of all people, Seiji Ajeratutu for the touchdown and beat us that day. I mean, I hated the guy after that, but looking back at his career, man, 17 years as a quarterback in the NFL, that's hard to do. I don't care what you say. I mean, and then there's people out there that don't think he should be in the Hall of Fame. I most definitely think he should. You look at his numbers. I mean, he played in the gosh darn AFC Championship game a couple years ago with a torn ACL. So that shows you the guy's got major heart right there. And just I've always respected the guy as one of the best quarterbacks in the league year in and year out. And it's just awesome that he's got a local connection out here. Went to NC State, one of the greatest Wolfpack quarterbacks of all time. And to me, if you ask me, I think he's definitely Hall of Fame worthy.
Brett Kennedy joining us on the Fixed NC live line. Oh, I found another school. Steve Hill says Syracuse was his law school. He went to Delaware as well, so I'll have to work that into a trivia question. Speaking of Joe Biden, Brett, some other news today, and I saw Ronnie Woodward had this earlier, that ECU basketball, which has of course been on hiatus, will not play tonight. They are still scheduled to play coming up on Sunday against Memphis, but I think that game's in doubt. But here's some positive news. Ronnie says he's confirmed ECU men's basketball team has resumed individual workouts. They resumed those today. They're hoping to play Sunday against Memphis. So, Brett, we're seeing this team kind of stack up the postponements here and try to get back on the court. Maybe it can be Sunday, but at least this is a positive sign that maybe things are going in the right direction over there.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, it's kind of been one thing after the other with this ECU basketball team. To get a couple players on the team already having testing positive for the virus, and then you got Joe Dooley in there. So now that's positive to see going forward, that they're having individual workouts. That's a positive factor. So maybe they actually do have this game happen on Sunday, but we'll just have to see. And it's going to be weird if they do to not see Joe Dooley out there on that sideline,
right?
Coaching the team. It's going to be a little strange, but that's just the year that we live in and the world that we live in through all this. And that I don't know. I'm hoping for the best. My fingers are crossed that game actually gets to get played on Sunday. But let's just hope that the players are being safe, the team's being safe, the school's being safe, and they're making all the right decisions.
Talking to Brett Kennedy. Brett, coming up tonight, a couple of schools from the state of North Carolina in action. It'll be Wake Forest at North Carolina at 7 o'clock. I watched Duke last night. I've been talking about the crazy stat all week, Brett. This is the first time since 1982 Duke and North Carolina both have been outside of the top 25. First time since 1970 since a team from the state of North Carolina has not been in the AP top 25. So it's been a crazy year. I watched Duke struggle last night and lose to Pitt. We'll see what North Carolina has for Wake Forest coming up tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do you one even better. I saw it since 1961 that Duke, North Carolina, and Kentucky are all out of the top 25.
Yeah.
1961.
Crazy.
So that is so wild. But yeah, we kind of went into this year. I mean, we knew that Duke and North Carolina, they weren't going to be great. But I mean, at least North Carolina is like miles better than they were last year. But that's not saying much because they were pretty awful last year. But I've seen some improvement here and there. But yeah, they just need to get back on track, and they've been kind of in a funk lately, sitting at 8-5. But against Wake at home, they should be able to get the job done and get those big guys involved. Garrison Brooks, our boy Dayron Sharp from South Central High School, and all those freshmen, the freshman backcourt that they have there. Caleb Love, get him involved, and the other guys there. I would expect UNC to get back on the winning track tonight and get that win.
Speaking of South Central, they're off to a good start in hoops. Brett, have you seen any hoops over the last week, high school hoops?
Yeah, actually, last night I was actually at the South Central game, the boys basketball game. They had a really good game, right? It was they were playing New Bern, and I figured it would be a good game. New Bern's got a good team this year, much improved, and I figured they would build off of last year. And South Central's got pretty much all their guys back from last year. It was a good game. South Central won by I think five or six at the end, but that was a good game. And there hasn't been. I went and covered North Pitt girls basketball last night. They looked great against Beddingfield. I was getting footage on my story that I was telling you about last week on William Knight being the kidney transplant survivor. That story's running tomorrow, but I was getting footage on that. But yeah, I've been covering a lot of volleyball the last couple of days for playoff volleyball, and congrats to D.H. Conley going back to the state championship game on Saturday. I covered their game yesterday against Rose, and Rose fought hard. They fought into the fourth set, but that was a very entertaining volleyball game, and congrats to Conley for making it to the state title game, getting back there. And North Lenore had a really strong season as well. They lost yesterday, but they were really strong and had a lot to hang their hats on this season as well.
Congrats to my Vikings as they now head to the state championship. When is that? Is that this weekend, Brett?
I believe it's on Saturday, and
okay.
I think it's in Cary. I'm going to have to look into more of that because I think it's at 1 o'clock on Saturday, and I think I'll be able to time that out right to drive out there and get some couple highlights from that and head on back and do my show. But I'm pretty sure it's in Cary.
All right. So. Is Brian North letting you get the day off Sunday so you can watch your Chiefs?
I don't think so. I don't think so there. But the good news is that's a later game, and that's actually in between shows.
Okay.
So right as our 6th show ends, that Chiefs game starts. So I'll pretty much be able to watch most of the game, which is awesome. It timed out great there. And then we'll have to see. We'll have to see if they somehow, knock on wood, if they somehow make it into the Super Bowl. I don't know. I might go home and watch that game with my family. We'll have to see if everything works out there. But yeah, I'm excited to watch this game on Sunday, and it's looking like Mr. Mahomes is going to play. He had some light practice today, and still in concussion protocol. Okay, let's be honest. It's not really a concussion. It's something in his neck. It's a nerve in his neck that got singed or something that caused him to go out of whack. But I'm positive for the chances that he plays on Sunday, and that'll make it for a very interesting matchup because everybody wants to see Mahomes versus Josh Allen. No offense to Chad Henne. He did some great plays last week. That dive, he should have gotten that first down, that great run where he was short of the line, and then to go for it on 4th and 1 and to get the first down there. Great for Chad Henne, but America wants to see Mahomes versus Josh Allen, and I think we're going to get that.
You were Chiefs were in control of that game throughout, Brett, and then Mahomes goes down, and Henne makes a few plays. He throws that awful interception in the end zone, but then does make some great plays with his legs in that 4th down, like you said. But what was watching that game like, the roller coaster of emotions there with Mahomes out and everything going on?
Dude, it's been a while since my emotions have been all over the place in a game before like that. I got to be honest, my heart sunk once Mahomes left and I saw that he wasn't going to return, especially since Cleveland kept creeping back and back and back. I got to be honest, there was some doubt. I hate to say it, there was some doubt there, but you got to hand it to the Chiefs defense. They rose to the challenge, and Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu made some big-time plays on defense. The defensive line, Chris Jones was active in there, Frank Clark, all of those guys, and then they did just enough on offense to get the job done. And you're right, Chad Henne, that interception, my God, that was probably the worst pass that I've seen in the playoffs, probably this season even. So to even just come back from that and to hang on, that shows the grit of this team. And that proves that it's not all just Mahomes. There's some talent on this roster on offense and defense.
Brett, what makes you concerned, if anything, about the Bills? They had a phenomenal regular season, a phenomenal close to their regular season. They've been a little shaky in their 2 playoff games. Didn't really put the Colts away. Let them hang around, and then they get that pick six to go up 14 against Baltimore and really didn't do anything after that. So haven't looked as sharp maybe in the playoffs as they did in the regular season, but ton of weapons. Stephon Diggs scores a touchdown every week, so that's got to concern you. But what stands out to you about the opponent this weekend?
I mean, obviously, when these two teams met earlier in the year, that was a slugfest in Buffalo. The Chiefs ended up winning 26-17, but man, that was the first team all year that really challenged the Chiefs' vaunted passing attack. They kind of, I mean, Mahomes wasn't gunning it down the field. He was kind of checking it down on a lot of throws, and then they decided, you know what, the passing game's not working, so let's go to the running game. And I know Clyde Edwards-Helaire had a monster game in that. I think he had over 150 yards rushing in that game, a career high for him, and he was a big reason why the Chiefs came out of there with a W. This week, I'm nervous because Clyde Edwards-Helaire is questionable to play on Sunday, so if he doesn't, what does that mean? Darrell Williams has to be the man. He was fine last week. He looked great against Cleveland. He had some big time runs. I'm still confused about why they haven't used Le'Veon Bell a lot. I don't know what his deal is.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to see what kind of a role he plays on Sunday, Le'Veon Bell. But, yeah, if Clyde Edwards-Helaire plays, I feel really good. But, again, if the Bills do the same thing they did earlier in the season and they stop that Chiefs passing attack, they're going to have to figure out a way to run the ball. And, again, I just don't know on a consistent basis if this is an offense that can do that. We will just have to see. And you're right, Stephon Diggs scares me. I mean, that guy led the NFL in receiving. He was fantastic this year. And our number one corner, Brashad Breeland, who is probably going to end up covering him if he plays on Sunday, is also dealing with concussion protocol right now. So if he doesn't play, I also feel a little nervous about that. So, and then is Sammy Watkins going to play? So I don't know.
Yeah.
There's some factors that come in, but at the end of the day, you got to be confident. I'm excited for the matchup, and I think NFL fans, they really lucked out. We got Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen. Let's go. I'm so excited for both of these games.
Not that anybody needed to be sold on this, but Brett just did it. Do you work for the NFL, Brett? That was a pretty good promo you cut just there.
That's just me kind of psyching. I'm sad the NFL season's coming to an end. I always get sad this time of year. But to see these great games this late in the year, that's got to keep you excited right to the very end. And I mean, like you said, in years past, it's always nice when your team's still in it this far. It's always much more fun, that's for sure.
We will have the games for you here on Pirate Radio. If you're out and about, folks, you can check them out live. Westwood One's coverage of the NFL playoffs, the championship games coming up this weekend. Brett, if your Chiefs do indeed win, will you be seeing Brady or Rodgers in the Super Bowl?
Woo, man. I thought for the longest time that Patrick Mahomes was going to win MVP of the season. As the season went on, I just kept watching these Packers games, man, and I was going, you know what? I think Aaron Rodgers is a little ticked off that they didn't get him any weapons in the draft this past year. And he's going, you know what? I'll show you guys that I can just work with the guys that I've got. I've got Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, and basically a bunch of no-names. It doesn't matter. We're still going to kick everybody's butt, and we're still going to be one of the best teams in the NFL. I think the Packers win on Sunday, and if the Chiefs win, that's a rematch of Super Bowl I right there. Packers-Chiefs, which would be insanely fun to watch because Patrick Mahomes has never played Aaron Rodgers before. When the two teams played last year, that's when Mahomes had his kneecap injury that he was dealing with, and Matt Moore had to play. So we have never seen a Patrick Mahomes versus Aaron Rodgers matchup. And if we got that for the first time in the Super Bowl, oh my gosh, that would just be fantastic for not only Chiefs and Packers fans, but for NFL fans out there all over the place.
All right, Brett, great stuff, man. Thanks for joining us again. Your Chiefs keep winning, so we keep getting you back on the show. Tell us what you got coming up on WCTI 12 this week and on into the weekend.
Well, yeah, like I said, tomorrow tune in to WCTI at 6, 10, and 11. My package on William Knight is going to be running tomorrow. Again, he's the North Pitt girls basketball coach who is a kidney transplant survivor. He got surgery 9 years ago. He's 60 years old, and he is still out there coaching during this pandemic. He's being safe. He's following all the protocols. I asked him, I was like, have you is your family okay with you doing this? And he goes, they're totally fine. They finally had to give in. They understand that I'm being safe, and he's following all the protocols. He is going to take the vaccine when it's available. So, yeah, that's just a good feel-good story about the love for basketball there at North Pitt. And, again, this weekend is the big volleyball game on Saturday, D.H. Conley for the 3A state championship game for that vaunted volleyball match there. And, again, the big NFL games on Sunday, and just moving on from there, and then it's on to high school basketball season in full swing after volleyball ends.
Great stuff, Brett. Thanks for joining us, man. Good luck to your Chiefs, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks again, Clip. Always a pleasure, always fun, and let's hope they can keep it going. But it should be some good games this weekend.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it. There's Brett Kennedy, WCTI 12, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Waited a while to see his Chiefs win a Super Bowl, and now they have an opportunity to do it once again. They got to get by the Bills first and then see if it's Brady or Rodgers in the Super Bowl. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll talk to our buddy Joey Baseball, Joe Karachi, Bills fan, also a Mets fan. We'll talk a little baseball as well with Joe, get his take on what's going to happen this weekend between Kansas City and Buffalo. More to go on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
The new Pirates Cove Car Wash and Haviland Express Lube on Glen Burnie Road in New Bern is now open. Pirates Cove in New Bern is offering Fast Passes for $9.99 for new Fast Pass customers. You can visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and on East 10th Street. And have you heard? Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
In studio with String Bean, also known as Rob Hall to friends and family, YF3.
I told somebody recently that how many guys could you call if something hit the fan at 2 o'clock in the morning that would be there for you? A lot of folks don't know who they'd call. I have 100 guys that I could call that I know would be there. So F3 is a band of brothers, and if you're looking for a group of guys that'll hold you accountable and will push you to be a better father, to be a better leader, to be a better citizen in the community, F3 is for you.
Learn more today at F3ENC.com.
Hey, this is Troy D, and if you're looking for some fresh and healthy food options to help you live a healthier lifestyle, but you still want that great taste, then go visit our friends at Villa Verde. Ain't that right, Jay?
That's right, Troy. We have 2 locations to serve you. Our original location on 10th Street and Villa Verde Dos, our quick serve location, which is on Arlington Boulevard.
And Jay, I love the ACP and grilled chicken and veggies. So many great options.
Hey man, we got anything from lobster to roasted pork to rotisserie chicken and salads. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
It's bow time. There's something special about the first bite of a Bojangles Cajun Filet biscuit, like an edible alarm clock that slaps you awake with bold Cajun flavor. The moment you sink your teeth into that soft, fluffy, made-from-scratch biscuit, then strike gold with a juicy piece of fried chicken, you'll know. Nothing beats the first bite, except the second first bite. Get a Cajun Filet biscuit combo for just $4.99. It's bow time.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is Stephen Igo, publisher of HoistTheColors.net. Recruiting is the lifeblood of any college sports program, and no one devotes more coverage to the future of ECU athletics than Hoist the Colors. Want to know who's going to be the next Holton Ahlers or Jaden Gardner? We've got all the inside scoop on the Pirates' most talented recruits and top targets 24/7. Sign up now and get your first month of coverage for a single dollar. HoistTheColors.net, the most reliable reporting on ECU athletics.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Rivers, ISIS. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Pirate Radio.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Select Bank and Trust. Banking is banking until the service is not the same. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? Try Select Bank and Trust. Bank local. Bank select. SelectBank.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Villa Verde on 10th Street and Villa Verde Dos by the hospital are open for you, serving unique and healthy dishes from the Dominican Republic. Order online at myvillaverde.com or the Villa Verde app. Order a family meal that feeds 6 to 7 people, and they'll have it ready for curbside pickup today. Whether it's dine-in or take-out, Villa Verde is a platform for good. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Barrage.
Alrighty, welcome back to Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. Coming up at 5 o'clock, we'll visit with the voice, Jeff Charles. Also, Bryce Williams will join us in the Pirate Radio studios, former ECU tight end. And we'll talk about what's going on now. We'll also look back at 2014. ECU rolling up a lot of points and yards against North Carolina, and got some highlights to show Bryce, and we'll get his memories from that game at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium that day. We'll have to reschedule with my buddy Joey Baseball, Joe Karachi, as he is unable to join us at this moment, but we'll keep the football talk going because, Chandler, before you got here, as you were out doing your big boy work, Shirley and Glenn were talking about the Panthers hiring Sean Ryan as their quarterbacks coach. Now, never heard of him. Not a big deal on the surface. But you want to connect dots on everything that happens. Well, he was the quarterbacks coach with Deshaun Watson in Houston. He also was the quarterbacks coach most recently with Matthew Stafford with the Lions, who could potentially have a new home moving forward. So when you first saw this, what was your initial reaction?
Ooh.
So your reaction wasn't, okay, we just hired a guy that Matt Rule worked with in New York a while back.
Yeah.
It was, wait a minute, he coached who?
Well, see, during this day and age, especially during the talks of potentially getting Deshaun Watson, I saw multiple tweets today that we had hired Sean Ryan, and usually it would be we hired Lions quarterback coach Sean Ryan.
Deal.
Now they have to add the quarterbacks that he had worked with, and obviously he had worked with Matthew Stafford, but the biggest name here is Deshaun Watson. He was with Houston. I actually looked him up earlier, and he was a wide receivers coach for the Houston Texans for 1 year in 2016. The very next year, they moved him to quarterbacks coach, and he was able to work with Deshaun Watson. But yeah, that's it definitely turned my head, and I'm pretty sure it's turning a lot of heads in Charlotte and the Charlotte sports media.
I didn't get a chance to listen to. I did a retweet to give my buddy Tony Dunn a little love last night with the C3 podcast. Did you hear what Tony and his co-host had to say last night?
I haven't been able to listen to all of the podcasts. I did listen to a good bit of it last night, but their podcasts run for about 2.5 hours, so I need to find some time. Maybe when I go walk the next time, I'll go and listen to it.
So what's everybody in Panthers Nation talking about? The trade package to get Watson? Is it we want to stay status quo, or is it we got to do what we can to get this guy?
I think everybody's on the same page.
Yeah.
Let's do what we have to do to get that franchise quarterback. And it probably is going to take to give up our star running back, Christian McCaffrey. But And I said it yesterday in the show. Scott Fitterer, who was just hired on Friday, it's not even his first full week on the job, already has a opportunity to make a home run move, a franchise-changing move. And I feel like David Tepper brought this guy in not to tippy-toe around, and I think he brought him in to kind of be a go-getter like David Tepper is himself. And but yeah, let's make it happen. Let's go for it.
And I saw a story on ESPN that says, what is the price tag for Deshaun Watson? And 3 first-round picks seems to be the baseline for him.
I have not seen anybody on social media saying, let's not go and get Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Let's stick with Teddy Bridgewater.
I think you said it yesterday. If you got an opportunity, I mean, look at the quarterbacks playing right now. Josh Allen, the least notable quarterback, but the leaps he has made since coming to the NFL, he's here to stay. He's going to be a good quarterback for a long time. Then you've got, your MVPs and a GOAT and the reigning Super Bowl champion and Aaron Rodgers. Look at what you need to have to make a move in the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl. You got to have that guy. Teddy Bridgewater certainly is not that guy. You don't know if Zach Wilson or anybody else you can get in the draft is going to be that guy. You've seen enough on Deshaun Watson to know he's a college champion. He is a great player. And like you said yesterday, Chandler, if you can put something together for him, do it right now.
If you have the pieces and the ingredients to make it happen, why not make it happen? And at least offer. You can offer. I mean, and if they say no or if he's not interested, then so be it. You made that offer. My biggest excitement about this potential opportunity, is that Joe Brady will be back with the Carolina Panthers next year. I think about him and Joe Burrow lighting it up in college.
So Houston and Philly still need head coaches, right?
Yes,
but you're not.
But I think Joe Brady has fallen off the radar for those teams. I think Josh McDaniels has kind of came in for the Eagles and has knocked Joe Brady off of that carousel. Who else did you say?
The Texans, right? I don't think they've hired a head coach.
No, the Texans. I don't think I've seen that the Texans have reached out to Joe Brady. But I'm not seeing Joe Brady's name in any head coaching search as of right now.
Yeah.
Now, a week ago, that was different. I mean, Joe Brady was in 3 or 4 different head coaching searches.
I think that's a selling point. I don't know his relationship with the coach you just hired, Deshaun Watson. I'll assume they had a cordial working relationship. But
yeah,
I think that's a selling point for him to go to Carolina, that you can work with Joe Brady, who has churned some good offenses out there.
Yeah, and then you just added a guy that you worked with for a couple of years in Houston.
Yeah.
So there's a familiar face for him. And like I said, I mean, there's nobody out there that saw that hire today and went, oh, okay. I mean, it's just like, okay, wait, he worked with Deshaun Watson? All right, well, that's eye-opening. But, yeah, it's like I said earlier, usually they would just say, oh, Panthers hired quarterback coach Sean Ryan. Oh, okay, well. But now it's
a much quarterback
quarterback coach Sean Ryan, who coached Deshaun Watson and Matthew Stafford.
I've been saying for weeks that I wouldn't mind Stafford in Washington. How about you're ready to move on from Teddy Bridgewater as quick as possible, right?
Absolutely.
So, any interest in Matt Stafford being the Panthers quarterback?
I said something today to you. We discussed this off the air, and I kind of was short and was like, nah. But, I mean, Matthew Stafford is a guy that really I respect a lot, who stayed loyal to the city of Detroit, but just had terrible offensive linemen, not the best receivers. He had great receivers in Galladay, but I think if you put Matthew Stafford behind a great offensive line and put him with some great receivers, I think Matthew Stafford can make a name for himself. I know he's 10 years in the league.
He did have Calvin Johnson. I think their issue, I mean, they never had a running game with Matthew Stafford in Detroit.
I wouldn't mind Matthew Stafford, but I think the priority right now is Deshaun Watson.
Sure. Some other news and notes to talk about today. Darrell Sims, ECU running backs coach, is expected to be the new running backs coach at Louisville. That according to Pete Thamel with Yahoo Sports. And also a tweet from Ronnie Woodward earlier that ECU, the men's basketball team, is resuming individual workouts today. So, again, they are scheduled to play Memphis coming up on Sunday, 4 o'clock, ESPN2. That game's still scheduled to go on as of right now. I kept questioning, when do these guys have to get back in the gym for that game to happen? Well, since they're back in the gym today, that is somewhat of a positive sign that maybe they can get enough work in, get enough bodies in there to play the game on Sunday.
So, when you say individual workouts, are you saying, was it Igo saying yesterday that one person would come in, the coach would work with them, then the next person would come in? Is that what they mean by individual workouts?
Maybe so. I think it at least means Antoine Jackson the other day on the Brian Bailey show said they couldn't even go in the practice gym. This at least tells me they'll be able to get some shots up in the gym, and work with coaches and probably, like you said, have smaller groups or maybe individuals working with coaches. I guess they are unpaused from team activities, right?
We're still kind of, and this is frustrating because we're still trying to get used to this because we went all throughout football season without any hiccups. And then here's basketball, and we're seeing it firsthand now, the impact of COVID and the postponement of games and not being able to practice. I think NC State's going through this same thing.
Yeah, so, scheduled to play Virginia tonight. They won't play.
So from an ECU athletic standpoint, this is the first time we're kind of facing this, and it's very frustrating not being able to see the guys play on TV, but also just for the players and coaches. Our head coach has tested positive for COVID. So if
there is a game Sunday, he will not be the head coach for the Pirates. It'll be Steve Rockefort.
But your hat buddy will. Steve Rockefort will be the head man on Sunday.
Read the bio.
Read the bio.
Former head coach.
Yeah, we could sit here as a media outlet, or you could sit there as a fan and talk about how frustrating it is to not be able to watch the Pirates play. But think about the players and coaches who want to play, who want to be out there on the court playing, and they're not even able to practice. I mean, so hopefully things can get straightened out over there at McGhee's, and we can get back into a smooth transition and getting back to playing basketball.
I'll tell you what's frustrating. Me not being able to find a line for this women's basketball game tonight. I am searching every website I possibly can.
I'm not feeling good about the 4.5 I had on Tulsa, but maybe.
Here's another thing that's frustrating. Whatever website I just went to try to find the line, it has games coming up tonight. Hornets against Washington, which has been postponed.
That's frustrating. I heard, on the way back from my meeting earlier, I heard you talking about, you got ECU who's absent from playing sports right now. The Hurricanes are going through a COVID issue. The Hornets are actually in a COVID situation. Now, it's not the Hornets that have the issue. I think it's
the Wizards.
It's the Wizards, according to Big Dog. So hopefully the Hornets can be back on the court sometime this week. I'm not sure when their next game's going to be. But, yeah, frustrating time for Clip Brock's fandom.
Yeah, and Shirley mentioned it earlier. The Carolina Hurricanes have 2 more games postponed. 5 players on the NHL's COVID-19 list. The Canes are postponed through at least Saturday. The announcement calls off 2 scheduled games against the Panthers on Thursday and Saturday. Comes after Tuesday's game against the Predators were postponed. Canes are off to a 2-1 start to the season. They beat Nashville earlier this week. We're going to play them again, but got postponed. So,
which kind of stinks for the Canes, right? Because I mean, the expectations were high for them coming into this season, and they're off to a great start, 2-1, and then boom, they're hit with the COVID bug, and there goes that. I guess that flow of things. You have to kind of quarantine. You have to do the protocols, and that just kind of ruins your mojo.
Stephen Igo texting in says solid hire by Louisville. Talking about Darrell Sims. That
actually is a solid hire. He's a great recruit, a young coach that I think is going to make his way up in the ranks. So I would say, unbiased, he's a solid hire.
Solid hire for Louisville. We can firmly say that. That stems from our conversation yesterday regarding ECU's newest assistant football hire, which, by the way, we brought up Rod Wright. I am a trivia nut, so I try to find every potential possible trivia out there to enjoy. And Barstool Sports has one that doesn't. And it's not just sports. They do entertainment, history, geography, everything. But one of the questions was identify this college football team from these defensive players that played for him. And Cedric Griffin, I knew, was Texas, but the others' names listed, they had two other random guys, and one of them was Roderick Wright, who is Rod Wright, who played at ECU. So we hadn't talked about that guy in like a year and a half, and he came up twice yesterday.
I brought it up earlier in the week that we hired Tim Doust. Earlier this week as our new defensive line coach. He came from Sam Houston State, and I knew that school sounded familiar and that we had made a hire earlier in the program recently from Sam Houston State, and sure enough, it was Rod White, who was a defensive line coach at Sam Houston State. We hired him here at East Carolina. I don't think he stayed too long. He was
he didn't.
I think it was a one and done. He went out. I don't know where
he's with the Roadrunners now.
Oh wow, UTSA.
Yes.
Okay.
So there you go. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back. We'll get ready to wrap up hour 2 of today's program and get you set for a big third hour where we will open up the Pirate Radio booty bag and make you a winner here on a Wednesday. More to go on Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Happy New Year's from Brown & Wood. This month, get a 2020 GMC Sierra and save up to $5,500 off or $2,750 plus 0% for 72 months. And remember, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers.
Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates.
In studio with Dr. Shondell Jones today from Kinetic Physical Therapy. What's new for 2021?
Well, 2020 has been a tough year for a lot of people, especially with the pandemic. And so, listen, we've got a way that people can kind of get that control back. We call it a power up package to start the year. And it's a mix of health coaching and personal training so that people can actually meet those goals and get back in shape. So to meet your goals in 2021, go to kptonline.com or give us a call at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness at 364-2806.
You demand perfection. That's why you drive the perfect car. Okay, maybe it's not exactly perfect, but it's perfect to get you to Domino's for their perfect $7.99 carry-out deal. Carry out any 3-topping pizza or a 10-piece order of wings, smothered in delicious sauces like hot buffalo, garlic parmesan, and honey barbecue, just $7.99 each. Demand the perfect carry-out deal at Domino's. Carry-out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
They say nothing in life is free. Well, we're here to tell you they're wrong. Because when you switch to US Cellular, you can get the latest 5G phones for free with no hidden requirements. Yes, you heard that right. The Samsung Galaxy S20 FE or the Google Pixel 5 for free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular. Terms and conditions apply. See store uscellular.com for details.
Does the idea of going to your local U.S. Cellular store make you feel a bit uncomfortable? Tired of the hassle of waiting and wearing a mask? Let Toby Williams and its outside sales team take away that worry. They will come right to your home or office and drop your phone off on the porch or at the front desk for you. Saving you time and worry is what the team at Cellular Warehouse is all about. Call Toby today at 252-799-7051 and let them help you with all of your wireless needs. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Did you know your small change can make a difference? The next time you visit McDonald's, please consider rounding up for the Ronald McDonald House. Your change adds up and can help many folks in Eastern North Carolina. Just $10 can provide a free night stay for families with sick children here in Eastern North Carolina and across the state. Just ask your cashier at checkout or choose to round up for RMHC when ordering through the McDonald's app. Thank you for visiting your local McDonald's owned by Dixon Foods and for your support of the Ronald McDonald House of Eastern North Carolina.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio,
You know, for having such a bleak outlook on pirates, you're well on your way to becoming one.
the voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Select Bank and Trust. Banking is banking until the service is not the same. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? Try Select Bank and Trust. Bank local. Bank select. SelectBank.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The Pirate Radio podcast is back at 6 o'clock tonight as LRB and special co-host Eddie Losner goes one-on-one with Eric LeGrand. Eric was paralyzed over a decade ago in a Rutgers football game and has gone on to be an inspiration of hope and positivity to people all over the world. You can tune in at the Pirate Radio podcast at 6 o'clock on 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 FM in Washington, and of course online at pr927fm.com. Also, be sure to subscribe to our podcast in your Apple store. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, Eric LeGrand has done some amazing things in his life. He talks about it on the Pirate Radio podcast. One of the things they kind of brushed over, which I would have asked more about because I'm a wrestling nerd. He is in the WWE Hall of Fame. As he won the, the Warrior Award, given to the individual who has exhibited unwavering strength and perseverance, and who lives life with the courage and compassion that embodies the indomitable spirit of the Ultimate Warrior. So he is in the WWE Hall of Fame, Shirley Rhodes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'd like to be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
For what? I don't know.
Yeah,
but,
just for,
just to say I could be there.
all the
Give me a belt and I'm good.
all the people's butts you've kicked in Farmville over the years. Shirley's record's like Bill Goldberg's. It's undefeated. All right, Bryce Williams said to join us in a little while. I thought he was an early bird and came in, but I don't know where he went. But he's here somewhere. We'll talk to him.
Might be in the bathroom.
Coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, we're going to rewatch this some of the highlights from ECU's 70-41 victory over North Carolina in 2014. Chandler had just started the game, and what a perfect day! I wish we could sustain some success and bottle it up and consistently do what we did that day, but they come out, black jerseys, kickoff, pass to Hardy, great run by Breon, bomb to Trayvon, and it's on.
In 3 or 4 plays.
Yeah, boom, 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 ECU's leading.
I went to many ECU football game when I was young. There was nothing like that day. Something about the atmosphere, the Elmhurst parking lot was bumping. The stadium, once we got into the stadium, was already packed, and we beat them by 30 points. It was 70-41. Nobody left their seat until the clock hit 0. Everybody was enjoying that beatdown in Dowdy Ficklin Stadium. And also that game, one of the most famous stadium pictures in ECU's athletic history is from that game. The purple sky, just everything fell into place for the Pirates that day. And the all black uniforms worked out well that year because we beat Virginia Tech at Virginia Tech. I remember going to a sports bar to watch that game and thinking, man, we're at Virginia Tech and we're wearing our black uniforms. That's kind of weird. But the black uniforms seem to be the golden charm.
Well, the game they lost leading up to that was South Carolina. That was the lone loss before that North Carolina game, where they lost 33-23. And I remember that South Carolina went on a really long drive at the end of that game, and that drive was led by their running back Mike Davis. 18 carries, 101 yards, had a couple touchdowns, and ECU just could not get off the field, and kind of a frustrating day for the Pirates there. So they had that was their one loss. Then they knock off the Hokies of Virginia Tech, the Cam Worthy game, where Carden just throws bombs to Worthy. And Carden ran in. Was that where he flashed the tattoo?
No, that was in 2013 against Carolina.
In Chapel Hill.
When we beat them 55-31.
But I believe Carden did have a rushing touchdown.
And he showed off the tattoo.
Late in the Virginia Tech game.
Oh, yeah. It was I don't know, seconds left.
Yeah.
Because Cam Worthy got us to the 1 yard line, and we hurried up to the ball, and they just kind of packed the inside. And Carden took the snap and just literally walked into the end zone. He just took it left side.
Yeah.
And I think he could have made a sandwich, ate the sandwich.
I wonder if Bryce Williams remembers these things that we're talking about. We'll ask him when he joins us in a moment. And then
once he does remember it, he'll go, dang,
I remember that. They beat SMU, beat South Florida, beat Connecticut. They are ranked. They are in the college football playoff top 25.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Don't mention it. Don't mention it.
They go to Philadelphia.
A cold, rainy day in Lincoln Financial.
I guess the speakers aren't on in there. Bryce can't hear.
Good.
Yeah, he doesn't need to hear this.
Good thing.
They go to Philadelphia to play the Temple Owls on a cold, rainy, miserable day and lose. And then they lose again.
Man, we put the ball on the ground, 5-6 times?
Too many times. They had a rough one. I remember he had a fumble on a kickoff return in that game, but we got some good highlights to show Bryce. I think only one Bryce Williams highlight today, but a lot of his teammates making plays that we'll see here coming up.
Oh man, that was the same year of the Rashad Perryman Hail Mary too.
Wow, let's just bring up all the bad stuff.
Let's stay positive. Let's stay positive. Let's stay positive.
We're talking about a W today, but yeah, that was that year. A great comeback in that game.
Sorry to interrupt, but how about for you? How fun was that fifth quarter?
Oh, man. It was not fun. We should pull up the beginning of that show.
Wait, it wasn't fun? I'm talking about for the Carolina game.
Oh, that was the biggest celebration we ever had.
Yeah.
70. We had at least 70 calls. I remember we kept it on until we got to 70 calls. So it was phenomenal. It was a party. Yeah. It was unbelievable. I remember the year before, ECU won, was it 55-31?
That was the debut of the tattoo.
And we had 55, at least 55 calls that day. And then after we put up 70, we stayed on until we got to the 70 mark. So we'll rehash some of those memories with Bryce Williams. We will also talk to Jeff Charles coming up in hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live and open up the booty bag. That's coming up next when we return on PRL on a Wednesday. We're back with you after this.
Have you heard the news? American Airlines is back and has resumed service at Pitt Greenville Airport. Reservations are available now at aa.com. Whether you're flying for business or for pleasure, enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport to get you where you're going and then home again safely. For your next trip, remember, American Airlines is back at PGV. Book today at aa.com. Pitt Greenville Airport, where the Pirates fly.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Blake Hardigree with ECU Baseball. I want to invite you to join our team on Saturday, February 13th virtually for our 2021 Pirate Baseball Banquet. Our keynote speakers are former ECU players Alec Burleson and Bryant Packard. We will have an auction through the Handbid app starting at noon on Saturday, February 6th and closing on Saturday, February 13th at 6 p.m. All proceeds from the banquet will go directly to ECU Baseball. Check ECU Baseball social media for the links and get your tickets today. We look forward to having you. Go Pirates!
Find yourself working from home or at least spending more time there? Want some remodeling for your house or a fresh look? How about a new deck or screened-in porch to add livable space outside? Don't know who to call? Well, you do now. Call the professionals at R&R Remodeling. They've been serving the local community for 15 years. Ronnie and his crew can help you today. Call for a free quote, 252-286-4119, or visit R&R Remodeling on Facebook. R&R Remodeling, construction you can count on.
With Domino's Carside Delivery, you can carry out any 3-topping pizza for just $7.99 without leaving your car. So you don't have to interrupt your kid's favorite song.
And we'll all be friends just for one day.
You can interrupt this, actually.
Next time you carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each, try Domino's Carside Delivery. Just pull up to the store, check in online, and Domino's will bring your food to you contact-free. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size. Message and data rates may apply when using Domino's Carside Delivery.
Your future is yours to create, and with the leadership development of Army ROTC, you're capable of taking command of it. Even in the midst of a pandemic, enrolling in Army ROTC prepares you to thrive as a full-time college student. Our specialized elective courses will equip you with the skills necessary to succeed in life, all while earning money for education. A strong future takes a strong force. Find out how to lead at goarmy.com/ECU. To learn more, contact Dale Anderson at 252-622-5346 or Anderson at ECU.edu.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
When you don't have time to go to lunch, let Jimmy John's deliver lunch to you. With Jimmy John's, we can get a freaky fresh sandwich to you freaky fast. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com. Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or head into the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
Bostic Sugg Furniture wants to know, how'd you sleep last night? If you're like thousands, the answer is probably not very well. You're tired, stressed, your job suffers, and worse, your health suffers. Get better sleep on a Restonic mattress, a Consumer's Digest Award winner 13 years running. Restonic Queen mattresses start as low as $4.99. Restonic 2-sided Queen mattresses from only $6.99. If you're ready to wake up to a whole new you, we have a Restonic mattress waiting for you, exclusively at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Keep your vehicle clean with the Pirates Cove Car Wash Fast Pass. The Fast Pass allows you to have unlimited car washes every month at every location. Pirates Cove Car Wash has locations in Greenville on 10th Street, Fire Tower Road, and Memorial Drive. Pirates Cove Car Wash, the ultimate car wash experience and the official car wash of ECU Athletics. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, welcome back to Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. Clip Rock here with you. Shirley Rhodes producing, Chandler Honeycutt producing, and Bryce Williams in studio. What's everybody laughing at? Hey, Bryce, did you get taller?
I heard that, yeah.
Dude, you need to pull it up because it's hilarious.
Let's see. I look like Bryce's little fat kid over here.
I'm in a daze just then.
All right. Bryce is tall as it is. Today he bumped his seat up all the way, and I'm all the way down just to, mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
How's the weather up there?
It's a little drafty up here.
Dude, it's like the only thing you can see is Bryce's chin. Everything else is just above the frame.
All right, we are goofing off here inside the Pirate Radio studios. We got the voice Jeff Charles joining us on the Fixed NC live line. Jeff, how you doing today?
Clip, I'm doing great. How are you?
Hey, doing all right, Jeff. And I guess some positive news when it comes to the ECU basketball program. They are still hoping to play on Sunday against Memphis. I've been saying all week it's going to be tough to get that game in, Jeff, when you're not able to practice and even go inside the practice facility. But Ronnie Woodward did tweet today that the basketball team has resumed individual workouts. They're hoping to play Sunday versus Memphis. So again, this isn't they're right back at it and ready to start playing again, but it's the first positive sign, I guess, we've seen since they've gone on pause.
Yeah, it really is, Cliff. If they do play Sunday, that'll be 15 days between games, so that's a long time between games. And you're right, that was, when I talked with Joe Dooley yesterday, that was the game plan, to begin individual workouts and then hope that, there are enough guys to play the game on Sunday. Now, Memphis, they play tomorrow night, and they play Wichita at home on Thursday. They had a long pause, too. They were off for almost 3 weeks before they got back to action. But, they played this past week. This past Sunday, they lost to Tulsa. By the way, Tulsa's beaten Memphis now 2 in a row, both times they played this year. But Tulsa's pretty good again. Memphis and Wichita, that's a good game tomorrow night. We'll see if Memphis could be a little weary after the trip, and having played, then it'll be 3 games in 7 days. So we'll see how all that works out. The Pirates will have not played for 15 days, and Memphis will have played 3 games in a week. So we'll see at 4 o'clock on Sunday how all that works out if the Pirates do play.
And Jeff, with the Pirates on a pause, the Hornets not playing tonight, postponed against Washington, and also the Hurricanes right now in a pause as well. I was looking for something to watch tonight, and I think I might check out Houston and Tulsa, kind of see. This will be a real test for Tulsa's team, 5-2 in the American. Of course, Kelvin Sampson's guys are top 10, so that might be a pretty good one tonight. That's 8 o'clock on ESPN+.
Yeah, that'll be a good game tonight. Houston's playing really well. They only have the 1 loss, and Tulsa's playing well, too. And Cliff, we talk about this every year, how Tulsa's usually picked in the second division, and then they always exceed expectations, and they're doing the same thing again this year. They tied for the league championship last year, and a lot of people had them predicted to finish 9th or 10th. And so Frank Hayes, for whatever reason, he seems to be able to reload at Tulsa, and every year they seem to lose, 2, 3, 4 players, and then he recruits well, and he just plugs new guys in, and they just keep winning, and that's what they're doing. But this Houston ball club is really good, and they're playing without one of their best players, Caleb Mills, as you know, transferred just a week or 2 ago. He's on his way to Florida State, and he was arguably their best player, certainly one of the best players in the American Athletic Conference, but they have not skipped a beat. They have a lot of good guards in that program, and some other guys have stepped up. So they're playing really well. They play so hard. They're just relentless going to the offensive glass, and Kelvin Sampson's a great coach. That'll be a good coaching matchup tonight. Don't have to say much more about Kelvin. He's won over 600 games in his career. And Frank Haith has won everywhere he has been as well. So good coaching matchup. A couple of good ball clubs playing tonight. And you're right, Cliff, these days we're kind of limited as to what's going on. As you mentioned, the Hurricanes aren't playing. They had 3 guys test positive when they were in Nashville earlier this week playing the Predators. Played that first game and then couldn't play the second one. So here they're on pause, and you mentioned the Hornets as well. So, it's almost day-to-day these days in sports.
Jeff, our other Pirate news of the day, Louisville is expected to hire ECU running backs coach Darrell Sims, that according to Pete Thamel from Yahoo Sports. And Coach Sims coached up some good freshman running backs this season, also a solid recruiter as well, Jeff. That would, if that happens, that would be the second new hire Mike Houston would have to make this offseason.
Well, you just don't know what's going to happen these days anymore, Clip, with coaching changes. And I know in talking with Coach Houston at the end of this past year, I don't believe he was expecting anybody to move on. But, the phone rings, and all of a sudden these guys have a chance to maybe go to a Power 5 program and make more money, and you can't blame them for that. That would be the case with Coach Sims. If he gets that job in Louisville, it's going to pay more money than what East Carolina is paying, and he's got Kentucky ties, so he's kind of going back home too, so I can understand that move. But, it's a very, very fluid industry these days, and you might think one day you've got your staff set and everybody's ready to go, and then, as I mentioned, somebody reaches out and wants to poach a coach or 2 off your staff, and there's really not a whole lot you can do about it. And, most coaches today just, give a guy a pat on the back and say, hey, if you got a chance to advance your career and go to another program, good luck and thanks for all you've done here. And that's probably going to be the case with Coach Sims.
And Jeff, things also rocky in Rocky Top, and Tennessee going to be looking to poach an AD, and John Gilbert's name has been mentioned and is a potential candidate for Tennessee with his connections there, his connections with Rick Barnes, and that's in the news as well, Jeff, going on right now.
Yeah, it is, Clip. A lot of people are talking about that, and as you mentioned, John's got ties to Knoxville. He was there with Dave Hart at the University of Tennessee and knows a lot of people there. Ryan Robinson has been there as well, his top 8 here at ECU. So I think everybody's keeping an eye on that situation. John's not been here very long. He was at Southern Miss just a little bit over a year before he came to ECU. So, again, it's one of those situations where if you have good people, the other schools are going to reach out to them, and we'll just see how that thing plays out in Knoxville.
Jeff, before we let you go, I heard about the passing of Don Sutton yesterday, and I remember Don Sutton as an announcer on TBS with Skip and Pete Van Wieren and the Braves network there. Not old enough to remember him as a player. I know that you remember him as both, Jeff, and also I was curious, during your time in Atlanta, I don't know the timeline there, but did you know Don Sutton at all? Did you have any interactions with Don Sutton?
No, I did not, Clip. He was still playing at that time. I was there in the early 80s, and he had not come to Atlanta as a broadcaster after his playing career after that. But I certainly remember him very well, especially in that Dodgers uniform. He was terrific. He won 324 games in his career. That's mind-boggling, and to think he pitched 23 years too, which is incredible. He was a terrific pitcher, and he was a guy that's in the Hall of Fame. And we've just lost so many of those great baseball players here of late. And I had one of my commentaries that ran last month or this month, and you go back to 2020. Just a year ago, and there were 7 Hall of Famers, 7 Hall of Fame baseball players passed away last year, and now, unfortunately, you can add Don Sutton to the list, and I didn't even know he had been ill, but he had been battling cancer, 75 years old, and he passed away at his home in California. Very sad news, and always had a smile on his face, very upbeat guy. I think everybody liked Don Sutton. Now, he traveled around a lot as a baseball player. He made, of course, most of his notoriety when he was pitching for the Dodgers, but he pitched for a bunch of different teams. And he came along, too, when free agency was big, and he was able to capitalize on that and move around and, do really well for himself. And it's really sad to see that. I think sometimes we can brace ourselves a little bit more when we know somebody is struggling with their health situation, but this was very quiet. Did not realize that he had been ill. For instance, like a Joe Morgan, we all knew Joe Morgan was ill and was going downhill, so you're not that surprised when it happens. But with Don Sutton, I don't know if too many people knew he was not doing well. So this news today kind of came as a shock.
Yeah, well said, Jeff, and he will be missed, certainly. Braves fans, and then as you mentioned, his time in the big leagues with the Dodgers, Astros, Brewers, A's, Angels, and closed his career back in L.A. with the Dodgers. Well, Voice, appreciate your time today joining us here on Pirate Radio Live. I hope you can loosen up the pipes and call a basketball game with Cy Seymour soon. We'll talk to Cy for the first time in a while coming up Thursday on the show. I know he's ready to get back to it too, Jeff.
Yeah, he really is, and we all are. If the Pirates can play Sunday, then they can get on a little bit of a run here if they don't get interrupted again and play Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday next week. So all of a sudden you could be playing 3 games in 6 days and maybe get back into the flow just a little bit. And before I go, Cliff, I don't know if you mentioned this or not, but did you see where Memphis has a new player in the program? He may play tomorrow night or he may play Sunday against the Pirates, and I can never really remember this happening where there is a player who was playing for his high school like a week ago, and then all of a sudden he's playing for a college basketball team a few days later. Well, that's going to be the case with his kid Jared Nesbitt, who Memphis announced yesterday has become eligible, and he's been playing high school basketball, but he's going to suit up and he's going to play for Memphis maybe as early as the game tomorrow that we talked about against Wichita. I could never remember that happening, but it looks like it's going to happen, and this is a kid. Of course, Memphis only recruits the best players. He's the number 56 player in the country. He's about 6'5", and he's a really, really outstanding player. And it looks like they're going to have another one in their arsenal coming up here this weekend.
All righty then, Jeff. I had not heard that story. I'm reading about it now. Jordan Nesbitt from St. Louis. He's going to be enrolled early, starting classes at Memphis, and potentially play. We need to get on the horn with Larry Williford over at Farmville and Kinston High School, Washington High School, and get some of these studs in here, Jeff. I didn't know that was legal, Jeff, but apparently it is.
Well, I didn't either, but obviously they've checked it out, and it is, because Penny Hardaway had comments about it yesterday in a press conference, and so they've dotted all the I's and crossed the T's. But Clip, I've been around this a long time, and you have now too, and I just can never remember seeing this happen where a kid's playing high school basketball one day and the next day he's playing college basketball.
It's crazy. Never heard that one before. Maybe it'll be something seems like these things pop up, Jeff, and then they just become normal 4 or 5 years later. So maybe this is the new thing. Who knows?
It might be. And usually Memphis is on the cutting edge basketball-wise of recruiting, as you well know, Cliff.
Yeah. Jeff, appreciate it as always. We'll talk to you again soon, voice.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Cliff.
All right, there he is, Jeff Charles, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line, and Bryce Williams making a catch.
I forgot. I did that.
Bryce, we are rewatching ECU in North Carolina from 2014. I got some highlights time-stamped here, so we'll fast forward throughout the game. We did watch the first drive of the game, which isn't even a drive if it's only 3 plays, and you don't get to play on the drive. So you guys open up.
You'll never cross midfield.
The ball went over midfield to Trayvon Brown. So you opened up with 4 wide, I believe, and that personnel stayed on the field the whole drive, right? Were you in on that drive at all?
Oh, dang, I forgot about that. I think I'll make this tackle. I'll make this tackle. Oh, yeah.
Way to chase down the defender after the interception.
No, not on the one that Trayvon scored on. I wasn't in on that drive because what did we score in
3 plays?
3 plays, yeah. So no, I wasn't in on that yet. But
tell me about first drives and like the game script, Bryce, because ECU over the Riley years, you guys scored on the first drive just about all the time.
Oh, I know.
Look at that showing your replay here.
I got a first down, then I got a pick.
But how long do you work on that? How important is that? The first drive, the scripted plays, and coming out hot. How much
I think it's we work on that a lot. I mean, that's our ready list. I can't think of the. I think ready list is a term we use, but I mean, those plays are definitely our bread and butter, and the ones that we think are going to be the most effective. In the first start of the half, the ones that we can move quick on and catch the defense off guard. And as you've seen, we caught them off guard doing the hurry up. So they're definitely important. And like I said, our offense, we knew it like the backside of our hand, which helped out a lot.
So you got off to a fast start in this game, and you're up 7-0. Then North Carolina kicks a field goal, and then they go to the bag of tricks. And I remember watching this game saying, if North Carolina has to run a trick play on offense and a fake field goal, ECU's the better team. They're getting desperate here,
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel that way as a player, too? Like, I was definitely thinking that during the game.
Yeah, yeah. When they started doing all that, I said, man, they pulling everything out, try to beat us.
All right, so let's see. I believe here's another drive from ECU, and it's a big play to Justin Hardy. So you're down 13-7 at this point in the first quarter, but you get going with the playmaker, Justin Hardy.
Oh, yeah.
Black jerseys looking awesome, by the way.
Oh, yeah, black jerseys.
You guys look great.
Yeah, those jerseys were cool. I think we went to those a lot. I forgot what Coach Ruff called them. We're going ignorant is what he called.
Now, we got to talk about this play. Bryce.
I forgot that I actually had.
Were you lined up at tackle? No, I guess there's another.
Yeah, there's it's a different formation that we do.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, that was tackle. Like, we do that like on like a hurry up. It's almost like, obviously catching them off guard. We, say we make a big play and the defense is trying to scramble, and we'll do that. And no one will guard me because they think I'm a tackle.
That is a great play. So you're wide open. And then, whoa, where's that guy going? Make a little move there, Bryce.
I forgot about all this.
You need to remember all this.
I just remember almost scoring I almost scored at Carolina. I think a ball got deflected and I caught it like on the half-yard line. And I should have, stuck the ball out, but of course I was ball security and just holding on to it. And I think I get tackled I feel like I had another one where I get tackled on this game somewhere close to almost scoring. To score in that game would have been awesome, but,
all them touchdowns and you couldn't get one, Bryce.
I know.
That's a shame. Here you go. He's going to you. That looked like a weird
I forgot
deal.
I forgot what that one was about.
They tried a little throw you the ball in the corner there, but that looked a little awkward.
Yeah, that one, I don't know if I was trying to fake a screen. I hope I wasn't trying to do a fake screen because I didn't sell that word nothing. So I'm hoping, I don't know what that was.
Let's see if you're still in here. You guys are going to go back to the ground on this play.
I am not in on this. I feel like I remember getting tackled very close to the goal line on this end of the field. I couldn't tell you what.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Breon, untouched until he's 3 yards into the end zone.
He forgot to put his mouthpiece in. Dang.
Let the party begin. A lot of points in this game. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back and talk more to Bryce Williams about this 2014 game, his memories from an amazing day at Dowdy Ficklin Stadium. More to go on Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Happy New Year's from Brown & Wood. This month, get a 2020 Cadillac XT6. Save up to $5,000 plus 1.9% for 72 months. And remember, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Sam Jones, and we're open and here to serve you with some of the best whole hog barbecue, chicken, turkey, ribs, and homemade sides every day for lunch and dinner. There are 3 easy ways to enjoy Sam Jones barbecue. Swing by our drive-thru window or try one of our 2 curbside takeout options by calling in your order at 689-6997 or ordering online at samjonesbbq.com. We love Eastern North Carolina, and we invite you to come by and enjoy some great tasting Sam Jones barbecue today.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Over 32 years ago, the Ronald McDonald House of Eastern North Carolina opened its doors as a place to help families stay together and close to the care they need when they have a sick child. With the addition of a second Ronald McDonald House inside the Maynard Children's Hospital, our need to serve is greater than ever as the medical community flourishes. Help us expand our mission of keeping families close as we grow to meet that need. You can show your support by making a donation to the Ronald McDonald House. Visit our website today at rmhenc.org for more information. Thank you for your support.
How much does the word reliable mean? Sure, all businesses describe themselves as reliable, and we certainly wouldn't expect any business to be unreliable, but when you take a word like reliable and make it your way of life, the entire core of your business, it tends to mean a little more. And it's something you have to show people, not tell them. At Delcor, we show it by being there the same day you call. We show it by simply doing outstanding work with exceptional products, a family-oriented work ethic, and genuine caring for all of our neighbors throughout Eastern NC, because in a time of need, we know the first and the only thing you need is someone you can count on. That's why we only use equipment you can count on too, like a train comfort system. It's hard to stop a train. Delcor can have a new train comfort system installed in no time, or we can provide an AC tune-up to make sure your system is performing well. So will your system keep you cool all summer? Find out. Call us. We're Delcor, the service professionals. Reliable for over 4 decades. Visit DelcorInc.com today.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is Touchdown Tony Collins, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Live well, move more, and hurt less with Kinetic Physical Therapy. If you're recovering from an injury, getting back into sports, dealing with everyday pain or fatigue, then Kinetic Physical Therapy can help you get back on track and live well. Kinetic has national certified therapists for physical, occupational, speech, and massage therapy, all in a state-of-the-art facility on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. Visit kineticptgreenville.com for more information. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, back with you on Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Bryce Williams, former Pirate, joining me as we're rewatching some of the ECU North Carolina game from 2014. And Bryce, this makes me wonder and think what could have been if Trayvon Brown put it all together during his time at ECU.
Oh my gosh.
This was when he was a true freshman.
Was it? That was true freshman?
In 14. Dang. And he comes out, catches a bomb, and then the move he makes on his second touchdown there is elite. And had a great career here at ECU. It just kind of felt like it could have been even better, you know?
Oh, yeah. Look at Dang. Sorry. I know. Did he ever? He was battling injuries at times, wasn't he? And then some other things, outside of football and everything like that. But dang, he was one of our playmakers, that's for sure. Man,
what's it like when we're at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter here? You guys have put up now 3 touchdowns, 21 points. What's it like when you're in that zone offensively?
Oh, it's great. I mean, he's like I say, you feel like you can't be stopped, and everything's hitting on all cylinders, and we just getting after it, and that's a good feeling. And of course, and then on to the opposite, when things don't seem to go the right way, you're like, what in the world? Can't catch a break. But most of the time during that year and the years I was there, we were on the roll.
Bryce, I do have to call you out a little bit.
I know.
ECU scored 125 points in 2 games against North Carolina in 13 and 14. Bryce Williams had 3 catches.
I know,
combined in those games.
I know, it's a shame. Now
I'm going to say you were a decoy.
I like that. I think they just focused on me.
Doubled you?
And doubled me, and opened it up for all the other guys. Which if that's my role, then I'll do it.
It's kind of the opposite of last week, where you had a huge game, but the team lost.
Yeah.
This game, you only had 2 catches, but the team wins. So.
I know. I think I had the first 2 catches in the
first quarter.
First quarter. Yeah. I was thinking I was about to get off hot, and then obviously it slowed down for me a little bit. But hey, it's the way it goes.
Shane Carden, some big games, but really the run game is what dominated in these 2 matchups. And in 2013, it was Vitavious Cooper. In 2014, it was Breon. In fact, the next highlight I want to show you, Bryce, is really the backbreaker. There was a lot of backbreaking plays in this game, but this one had to be demoralizing for North Carolina, because when you got a team 3rd and 28, 3rd and 24, whatever, you got to get off the field. And you guys had it 3rd and long, I think, it was after a fumble. And I think a penalty as well.
3rd and 23. And then
you're going to back up a little more. So it's going to be 3rd and 28. And you're like, what the heck do we do? And this is kind of one of those give ups where you throw a screen or run a draw, and you're like, let's see what we can get out of this.
I'm trying to play this all.
So you don't remember this play?
Shane just did ace flip, so I'm assuming Hardy singled up.
3rd and 28. There's 4:07. You're only up by 1 at this point in the game.
Hurry up now.
Are you? I don't think you're in the game here, are you?
No, I don't think I was.
Look at this. So a simple handoff.
Oh yeah, I remember Breon. Oh man, look at that. All the receivers blocking.
It was some great blocking.
My goodness, look at that, Zay. Golly.
You know what? I tended to look at North Carolina unable to make a tackle on the 3rd and 28, but give credit to your receivers there.
Oh
too,
yeah,
right?
that Coach Kirkpatrick always instilled in us receivers to block downfield, or do our blocking part. Because
O-line getting down the field too.
I know everybody. Quincy, Quincy there. Yeah, well, I think when receivers are doing their part in the blocking and the running game, my goodness,
you got Zay Jones in the end zone.
Yeah,
blocking.
oh yeah.
And Bryce is just handing out high fives at this point.
Yeah, I was hanging out. I did my part,
Heck, you say it's fun to watch the game. That's what you were doing this game, it appears.
I know.
You need to get out there and make some plays.
Dang. Call my number more, Coach. Right? Dang. That was fun.
Lincoln was dialing them up in this game, and it comes down to the players making plays.
Oh
too.
yeah,
and you guys were making a ton of them.
Yeah, we were able to do it when our number was called. That's for sure. I think all around the offensive spectrum there.
The week before, you guys were in Blacksburg and you beat Virginia Tech. Remember that game? Cam Worthy had a huge game.
Cam Worthy, and I was fortunate to score against them again, so that was nice. But I remember, Cam had like 200 some yards
on only a few catches because all his catches were like bombs.
God, that game was.
So you had some momentum heading into this one.
Yeah,
as fans, we probably get too fired up for Carolina and State and not fired up enough about the conference teams and stuff.
Yeah.
How about you as a player, Bryce? Any added emphasis? I mean, this is the largest crowd ever to watch a game, so obviously you were jacked up about that too.
Yeah, I mean, God, of course, I grew up watching ECU and things like that. So the Carolina and State rivalry was huge, and still is. And for us to dominate against them, I guess it was that same year. I think State was 2013, but
2013 is when you went to their house and Chapel Hill, beat them both.
Yeah. So I mean, beating that, when you beat those teams, because obviously by Carolina and all that, they look down on ECU and just think we're the scum of the state, but turned out that wasn't the case whenever we were there. So that's always a good feeling for them to put their foot in their mouth.
There's Bryce and the hair flowing out of the helmet down there.
Man, look at that.
Trying to work his way in the huddle. Hey, Lincoln, talk to me.
No, I should have tapped him on the shoulder. Hey, can we do that one play again?
Hey, I know you like Shane and Justin, but show me some love, Link. Bryce trying to get in. You got Bryce is smiling. You know what you just said? Dang.
And I said, dang. They're going to give him that play? I wanted that play.
This is right before the half. So, again, it's a series of back-breaking plays. One was Breon on 3rd and 28, and another one is coming up here right before the half as you're trying to get a field goal, get some kind of points. Nice play by Jimmy there.
Yeah, Jimmy. And then because last year was his true freshman against Carolina.
That was his coming out party.
Jimmy did super good. He's doing good here. Jimmy was always consistent, and he can make something happen.
Shane's going to spike it with 22 seconds left to go in the first half.
No, we don't go for a 2nd and 10, so we ain't going for a field goal.
What was your personal favorite uniform combo?
Well, I think it was more so old school. Was that the 2012 year? 2013, whichever one we did all purple. I thought that was cool.
You like all purple?
I thought that was cool. Old school. Back in the Conference USA days and all that. When then I had all purple and things like that.
Skip those championship teams.
Yeah, exactly. Why I like those. And but I think like purple pants, white jersey. I think looked good. I think we did that a few times, didn't we? Purple pants, white jersey, or was it purple, white pants? Maybe it was purple jersey, white pants.
You go out. You've seen both, yeah.
Yeah.
At home, more so, probably purple jersey white pants.
I think that looks clean. The all black was cool. We obviously played well in it. I think we kind of wore them too much. I wanted to see more, wearing our school colors. but I guess some coaches are just.
Let's see if you remember this guy about to make this play. You'll see the name on the jersey, but this was kind of a random touchdown score, in my opinion.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Shane Rowland, don't throw across the body. Oh, he did.
To Bishop, yeah.
Brandon Bishop.
I know, I'm like, what in the world?
He's scoring and you're not.
I know, golly.
Brandon Bishop.
Man.
I remember, and Jeff Charles talked to him too. I believe his mother was a doctor, and he was in school to be a doctor as well.
Yeah, something like that. I remember that. He was very. God, what was I can't even think of the word, but like he always had like big energy when he would make a play. I cannot think of the word, but yeah,
what a way to close the half.
I remember him scoring. That was cool, because I guess he was a redshirt freshman, or I mean he was young.
He was not part of the the normal crew scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah,
sure.
No, not at all. So that was I know he was happy about that. I guess.
So that was part 2, Bryce, of the backbreaker, and then the real one, part 3, right at the start of the second half. Do you remember the play the defense made that day?
Oh yeah, my buddy Zeke.
Zeke.
He was so daggum tired.
Our favorite guy to interview because he'd never stop talking.
Zeke.
Talking.
Man, I need to. Yeah, that was cool when he did that. Did he stiff arm somebody too? I think.
He so right to start the second half, North Carolina's still in the game. It's a 2-possession game, 35-20, and on the third down, got a blitz on. And it goes right to Zeke, and he does the rest.
Look at there. I guess he didn't.
And look at the defense blocking. You got, who's that, Brandon Williams, maybe?
Yeah.
Block there.
Dang, I mean, that.
Pick 6.
That was so fun. God.
A celebration, a party in the stands, and you guys are partying on the sidelines, too.
I mean, you start rolling like that.
Krishan Rose, he was very underrated, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought he was really good. Yeah, Krishan, he was cool. What do you call him? Hollywood was Instagram's like Hollywood Red or something.
He was into.
He was good.
I remember all the interviews Jeff Charles did with the players. He did one with Krishan, and he was into go-go music. The go-go music scene in DC or something.
Oh yeah,
like
I think he's still a DJ. I think, but yeah, the go-go. I had no idea.
I don't know what it is.
Me either.
I just remember him and Jeff talking about it.
Go-go music has been around for a long time because I used to listen to it back in the 90s.
Okay,
so go-go, it's very popular around DC.
What kind of like music is that?
It's
like EDM.
Have you ever heard? You've heard "Let Me Clear My Throat," right? By DJ Cove.
Oh, yeah.
That has a lot of your go-go music flavor in it.
So it's in like the hip hop family.
Yeah, it's in the hip hop family. Yeah.
Huh.
Bryce, you a hip hop head?
I mean, I like all music. I mean, it'll be my last choice, but
but hey,
some songs.
Yeah. Who control? Like, what did y'all listen to in the locker room and weight room and stuff? Who controlled that?
The defense. And they wanted to play all hip hop. I'm like, man, I think we
mix it up.
We would try to play like country music or like rock or something, and that got just shut down real quick. Yeah, they did. They had to stay on. They controlled the stereo. So I was like, well, whatever.
Yeah, you didn't like.
I just rolled with it. Yeah, I'm like, God, we've literally listened to this for all 4 years. Can I at least get one country song, something like George Jones or something. But I never got it. So.
No respect for Bryce Williams.
Not at all. Not my taste. I didn't like it.
All right, let's get another timeout in. We'll come back. We got more. We'll watch some more of this game. Get some more memories from Bryce Williams. What could have been with Kurt Benkert?
Yeah.
We'll see him get into the end zone in a little bit, Bryce, and talk about that. More to go on Pirate Radio Live. Oh, Shirley, cutting the music. There we go. Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Usually it's you reminding me, so we had to flip the script today.
No, I was working on something on the computer, so.
All right. We got. What are we giving away, Shirley?
We are having your choice of a shrimp taco lunch or Hungry Pirate, courtesy of Chico's.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Oh, wow.
I'm hungry, too.
I mean, I love the shrimp taco, but if I don't get that, I get the Hungry Pirate. So now, go ahead. 3-1. What color does Bryce need to be?
We're going to go with caller. Let's go with caller 12.
Caller 12, 317-1250. You can be a winner on Pirate Radio Live. And then you got to make that tough choice. Life is full of important decisions. Shrimp taco or hungry pirate burrito.
At the moment, I'm thinking, because I'm hungry as off hungry pirate, but I think shrimp tacos, you can't go wrong with shrimp tacos.
Can't go wrong either way. 317-1250, caller 12 wins.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
Join the 19 million visitors and explore your naturally wonderful state park system this year. There are 41 state parks to visit in North Carolina. Thanks to the Connect NC bond passed by the taxpayers, North Carolina state parks are upgrading and building new camping facilities, restrooms, and visitor centers, giving you more features for your convenience. Every park will have a project underway sometime over the next 5 years. From a nature hike to camping, visit one of the 41 North Carolina state parks today. For more information, visit ncparks.gov.
You know, texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. Sometimes you pick up a book and you can't put it down. I'll tell you all about a great read next.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed.
How long can we say Happy New Year till again?
Jake Verity. Jake, welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm good. I appreciate that. How are you guys doing?
Good. Jake, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Jake.
It's not too late to say it yet. We'll keep in touch and do it again down the road, man.
I appreciate you guys. And one more thing. Happy New Year to you.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
When I get started reading a book, I stay with it cover to cover in just a few hours' time. Such was the case with a book entitled My Life in Wrestling, the story of professional wrestling announcer Jim Ross. From humble beginnings in Oklahoma to national television, his is a story of perseverance, overcoming personal tragedies in a crazy profession with crazy people at wrestling. JR, as he's known, with a big black cowboy hat that he wears, which Vince McMahon suggested he don on television, has been a survivor. 3 marriages. His last wife, Jan, died in a tragic motor scooter accident, a bout with Bell's palsy, which has disfigured his face, and then there are the ups and downs of his professional life. He's a good man. Character and integrity means something to this Oklahoma Sooner in a world in which it can be sadly lacking. And by the way, have you tried old JR's barbecue sauce? He's still going strong at age 68, now with AEW on TNT every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Come on back again next time and we'll visit inside the booth.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Otavola Market Cafe. Otavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Otavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Otavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Otavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Otavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OtavolaMarket.com. Otavola, pirates supporting pirates.
Greenville Utilities customers will notice some big changes online. GUC has upgraded their website again to make it even easier for customers to view, understand, and manage their account. Customers can now schedule payments and securely save their bank account or debit and credit card information. They can also create custom alerts, set up automatic drafts, and enroll in budget billing all online. If you're not already managing your account online, now's a great time to do it. Check out the new system today at GUC.com.
This is Stephen Igo, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch our favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, including sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. And congratulations to Lonnie Kinker of Chesterfield, Virginia. Picked up a Hungry Pirate courtesy of Chico's. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's. Enjoy your favorites like shrimp tacos, steak and chicken fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, ACP, and more. Plus ice-cold cervezas and Chico's famous margaritas are always available. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
The Kink is back.
You are correct, sir.
He won out of the treasure chest, right?
I believe so, yeah. I think so.
I remember that name. All right, Bryce Williams here. We are rewatching ECU and UNC from 2014. We were talking some NFL during the break because you saw a running back, Romar Morris from North Carolina, Bryce, who you said, oh, yeah, I went to a workout with that guy. And so tell everybody where the workout was.
Yeah, so it was at, I'm trying to think, was Josh Allen in 2017 or 18?
I want to say this is his third year, so it would have been 18, 19, 20. So I think 18, I guess.
18. Anyways, I got called up with from the Jets to do a workout at the University of Wyoming where, Josh Allen was, to do a workout and everything. I think they had a few guys there, receivers and some running backs. And what I'm seeing? I see a Carolina, I think he was wearing some Carolina gear. And, of course, that sparked an interest, said, hey, I went to ECU.
What'd he say to that?
And, he just laughed and was like, oh, yeah, well, yeah,
Hey, at least he got in the end zone this game.
I know, he did. And, so that was cool to, it's just crazy where you've run into guys you've played with or someone knows it. I mean, it's unreal everywhere I've been that, there's a connection somewhere. And like I said, looking back on this game, it clicked. I was like, dang, I remember meeting him and all that. So it's pretty neat, running into people and when you have connection.
There's reasons for things happening. There's also excuses, and we don't like excuses, Bryce.
No.
But I think you had a reason why you didn't have more catches.
Yeah.
You're behind Justin Hardy.
Yeah.
See, if you'd have played more tight end on the line, you'd have been. If they'd have ran on formations with that, you'd have been all right. But when you're this inside receiver, and Justin's in front of you, you're not going to get many reps.
Yeah, not the way he was playing. So, which I was like, I don't blame him. So, he made it happen. So, I was like, man. So that was senior year's nice. It's like, oh, finally, I get to be on the field a little more. But
let's see if they go to you here.
I don't know what
you're up there with the big white gloves.
I wore white gloves because of Gronk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I wore them. Oh, nope.
They had you triple covered.
Exactly.
They were all
so no wonder. Hey, man can't catch a break if you got three guys around you. So,
All right, Bryce, you said this week you're going to go with Buffalo over Kansas City because you want to see something different.
Yeah,
I like that reasoning.
Different. Yeah, and I know, which I don't know, like we were buddies, but, Matakavich from Temple, linebacker there. And I think I ran into him. God, I don't know where I was when I had to work out with the Steelers or Senior Bowl. Somewhere I ran into him, and so a little relationship there. Acquaintances, I guess you could say. So cool to see him. Then Josh Allen, get to talk to him when I was up in the University of Wyoming, and so and obviously something different would be cool. And then obviously on the other side,
Rodgers or Brady.
I'm going Brady.
Going
Brady. Bucks
and Gronk.
Gronk.
Can you believe Gronk's still playing?
Yeah, man,
that's crazy.
I mean, I don't want to knock on wood, but he's healthy. Well, so just say that. So
maybe the time off helped him with that.
Yeah,
even though he was wrestling during his time off.
Yeah,
with the WWE.
Yeah, so he wasn't slowing down. But so I think Bills and see him coming out again, man. But Bills and Bucks. I think that would be a pretty dang cool Super Bowl.
About to blame Trayvon for that easy drop, but the Carolina guy had his jersey halfway ripped off of him.
Oh, what we got?
Going deep. Oh,
that was actually
Hardy usually makes that play.
Yeah,
Justin wore the big bright gloves, yellow gloves.
I know. I wonder if I should have worn yellow gloves, and Shane would have made. Man, that's Hardy.
You might have had to wear some other stuff too to disguise. Little PI, no? Okay. Phillip Rivers retiring today, Bryce. We compared you to Rivers earlier. I heard a Phillip Rivers supercut of all the. Now he talked junk. You didn't talk junk.
Yeah,
but he never cusses. So that's very similar to you.
Yeah,
he does a lot of dadgums and gollies and things like that. So.
There's a video like he gets sacked, but it's like a huge touchdown,
90-yard touchdown, and the guy's like, "Hey man, get out of my ear."
Yeah, and then the ref said something,
and Phil said, "I'm allowed to be happy." I rooted against him because he was a state guy,
right?
But he made football fun and entertaining.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Shoot, so what? 17 years?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And Bryce was unaware of how many kids he had. You were a little surprised to see the 9 number.
Jeez.
All right.
I thought you were exaggerating.
No, I said 10. And you were like, he's got 10? And I was like, it's something like that. It's 9. All right. Let's. I want to see one more play. We got to get to Pirate Radio Outdoors before we get out of here today. But this was a fun moment because ECU has 63 points.
There's the sky.
And beautiful sky. I don't know if this is the play. The crowd is chanting, "We want 70."
Oh yeah,
we want 70.
Oh yeah, Baggett was in now.
Yeah, your day's over.
Yeah.
Long gone.
I'm chilling.
So Ben Kurt is going to fake it and go untouched and show a little emotion. His first touchdown.
Jeez.
And he is expected to be your guy the next year. Bryce would have been the guy if he didn't get injured.
I know.
And now look at him. I mean, he's in the NFL. He's with the Falcons. Apparently, he's like the best gamer. Do you follow him at all?
Yeah, I follow him on Instagram. He's like one of the best gamers in the country.
He's the best athlete gamer. He might be one of the best gamers of everybody. It's crazy if you follow him. You know what I'm talking about. But old Ben Kurt, he was going to be handed the reins, Bryce, but had that tough injury.
Shoot. Yeah, he could have, should have, would, I guess.
You know, Warren Harvey wearing some fancy yellow shoes, it looks like. How about that? 748 yards. Bryce, you guys finished with 789 yards of offense that day.
Is that a school record?
School record.
And I don't think it's been broke since then.
Nah.
Dang.
And you only had 34.
I know. What the heck? Come on.
70 points. 39 first downs. That doesn't seem possible.
No.
Like, how long's the field? 300 yards? Like, that is some crazy drives and first downs for the team on that beautiful night in Eastern North Carolina.
Well, it's crazy. We still got 7 minutes to go.
You guys could have.
It's like we're kind of like reasoning back, be like, man, what they end up scoring? 40.
They got one more touchdown.
One more touchdown. Dang.
You guys could have piled it on even worse.
Oh yeah, which I think we should have. I mean, 70 is a cool, nice even number.
Yeah.
Actually, 77 would have.
That would have been cool too.
Maybe I could have got that 77.
Coach, I'm going bag it.
Come on,
get out. I'm in.
Dang.
All right, Bryce.
That was fun, man. That was.
When you think back to your favorite games, where's this one ranked? What's your favorite game of all time?
Goodness gracious. I mean, obviously beating Carolina and Dowdy Ficklin, but that crowd was unreal. But Virginia Tech was huge, because that was the first time we beat them in Blacksburg since like the 70s. I was fortunate enough to get a touchdown. Had a fairly good game besides that. Shoot. I mean, that one's up there, that's for sure. But beating State, at State, and, we're chanting purple and gold. The fans were. I mean, probably those three,
Yeah.
You already know which one would have taken the cake, but it didn't work out. the one last week, we watched last week. That one would have taken the cake.
In the swamp.
For sure, in the swamp. But, I mean, just the Carolina games, the State games, Virginia Tech, just, like I said, those are the big rivalries you hear about each you having, and us winning those is, man, I'm kind of in a daze right now. I'm like just pondering back to it. But those were good.
All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll have a 5 minutes to do some Pirate Radio Outdoors with Bryce Williams. When we return on Pirate Radio Live, we're back with you after this.
Your CBD store in Greenville has the highest quality CBD products in the country. Your CBD store is the first and only brand that carries USDA certified organic products such as gummies, honey sticks, and high absorption water-soluble liquids, which are all made in the United States. They even offer products for your pet. The educated staff will help you answer any questions, and you can stop in anytime to get a free sample. Your CBD store, locally owned and operated, open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, right beside Duck Donuts in Greenville.
Do you think you might have been exposed to COVID-19? Maybe you're planning to visit parents, family, or friends. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville offers same-day COVID-19 results. No referral needed. Same-day results available. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville offers easy solutions to COVID-19 testing. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville is located across from Vidant Hospital on Executive Circle behind Southern Bank. Call for an appointment or walk in. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville, 215-5688 or arcpointlabs.com.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs, 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville, across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and in Chocowinity next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
Medicare is not one size fits all, but which plan is right for you? Hi, I'm Denise Walker, and I'm a licensed insurance agent here in North Carolina. Whether you are turning 65, new to Medicare, or already have a plan, I can help you compare your Medicare options. I can help you find a plan offering low to no monthly premiums, prescription drug coverage, and a wide range of additional benefits like dental, hearing, vision, and more. Call me today at 434-531-5674 to get a no-cost, no-obligation Medicare benefits review.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Corey Scott, former ECU Baseball All-American. During my playing days, I specialized on the field as a closer. Now, as your mortgage loan officer, I am once again specializing in closing. But this time, I am closing for you, not just the Pirates. At Movement Bank, we offer portfolio loans such as 100% doctor loans with no PMI, home equity lines of credit, and jumbo loans, all at historically low rates. Contact me today, and I will be your closer. Call Coach Corey at 378-5252. That's 378-5252. And go Pirates.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a look at the stock market. The Dow was up 257 points at 31,188. The NASDAQ was up 260 at 13,457. And the S&P was ahead 52 at 3851. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right. Thank you, Shirley. Speaking of tight end news with Bryce Williams here, Aaron Jarman, who is from, and boy, I got to get this right because it's a big difference between North Lenoir and South Lenoir. Do you remember, Shirley, where this this kid is from?
No, I do not.
Aaron Jarman is a tight end that went to Temple, and he went to North Lenoir High School, and he announced that he will be transferring. So Aaron Jarman, we have a guy from Kinston, Damian Dunn, playing on the Temple basketball team, and Aaron Jarman from North Lenoir was on their football team, but he will be transferring. All right, couple minutes left here with our old tight end, Bryce Williams. Bryce, Pirate Radio Outdoors, what you been up to this last week?
Well, I went home last weekend. It was my mom and grandma's birthday, but of course, my buddies are back in town, so I think Saturday. It was Saturday evening. I was like, I need to get out in the woods. I hit up a buddy, and he's got some permission to go on some land down by the Yadkin River, so we were in the river bottom, and just walking around with the 22s, hoping to shoot some squirrels. But as soon as we decide to go out there, we get out there, and the wind's just blowing hard as can be, and obviously squirrels are a little iffy being in trees, when the wind's blowing. But I got to be outside and shoot the gun a little bit and walk around in some hardwoods because there's not too many of those around here. It's all a lot of pine trees, whereas there's some oak trees and everything like that back home. So got to be outside and walk around. Was hoping for some bushy tails, but to put on the grill, but didn't get to it. But we were out there, so hopefully I can get to be on the water this weekend is what I'm hoping for.
Sounds good.
And I did go duck hunting yesterday. No, what was today? Today's Wednesday. Yeah, I went duck hunting Tuesday in Hyde County. So of course it should have been a trout fishing day instead of a duck hunting day because it was a pretty bluebird sky, no wind, and the ducks just wanted to stay settled in the water, so they weren't flying too heavily. But we were able to shoot 2 pintails, so
you didn't get skunked.
I was able to shoot some stuff this weekend.
All right,
so it was good. Didn't get skunked.
Did not get skunked. All right. Before we go, Shirley, did you keep a counter today of Bryce's favorite phrases?
I did, and I have to admit, I was a little disappointed in you, Bryce.
Was I not as fired up as...
You weren't as fired up as you were last week.
Dang.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
I had one more.
So there was not a single daggum.
Really? Wow.
Not a single daggum. One golly. And... well, if you count the one that just happened, 13 dangs.
13 dangs.
Last week was pretty...
You had 17 dangs last...
so it's a little low.
6 daggums, and I didn't count the gollies because I didn't think to count them.
Right.
So I made sure I counted them this week. I expect you to bring your A game next week when you show up here, Bryce.
Game on, something fired up.
All right, we'll do that next week.
She hasn't counted the dangs and the daggums and the gollies off the air.
Oh, yeah. There was plenty of
while we were during one of the breaks, we were in there watching, and the dangs were firing left and right.
They were flying. Yep. All right, Bryce, thanks for joining us, man.
Thank y'all
for
having
as
me.
always.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Shirley, Chandler, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll talk to Cy Seymour and Ryan Robinson and a lot more coming up on Thursday. We will see you then. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.